All right. Let's do it.
One, and we when we
With
came,
Rahadin?
yeah. No, and yeah, no, it's a funny, yeah, you're laughing for the reason it happened because it didn't go great, and we basically came to him already like he didn't make it, so, and it was like the low point of the campaign, like he went on ahead, tried to, because he was trying to save a kid, and it didn't go well, and we had this whole moment of like, we know we have like everything's going bad, and we know we need to go somewhere, but we have to bury his body at least, even if we know how this realm works.
You should have taken him to the church.
We were
In the castle.
out of character also. It was kind of in character that he didn't want to be revived like that when we met the church, so it was kind of a,
No, fair enough.
yeah, it was a character. Like we asked him afterwards, like, hey, you want us to bring you back? He's like, nah, this is probably how he would probably not want to be. So we got a cool new character out of it too. So at the end of the game.
I just want to say, Kev, I know my character knows exactly what that feels like for somebody to not want to come back from the dead, and it hurts so goddamn much.
Oh man, that was great.
It has been so long. I still remember that game so fondly. I loved that game, that Strahd game.
Mr. Business
Right.
here.
I know. Yeah, I'm trying to get all my my ducks in a row. Tina will not be here tonight. I mean, I'm talking with her right now. She had to go to some urgent care for medical stuff. So I am working some things out with her at this moment because we've been going back and forth talking about a few things, and you know, this is just kind of an unfortunate thing that happened where she just can't be here tonight. So, but we got to keep rolling. So I'm trying to get her opinions on some things that's going to happen real quick. So I know.
Sounds like we're supposed to go talk to Anar again. You're just avoiding us. I told her that.
No,
I know.
Man.
Your mic doesn't sound like it's coming from your headset.
Oh, it doesn't?
It's echoey to me. Or is it
Yeah,
just...
a little bit.
I do?
No, you're 100% on, Dice. It's just a little quiet.
Let me see. It's a little quiet. Properties.
I bet it's using your webcam, probably.
It might be.
Let me see. Oh, it says headset. Let me see. Let me check.
If you need IT help, put in a help desk ticket.
I know, right?
Okay. We'll get that
We're just...
1 to 3.
Oh, well, yeah, there it is.
The IT help. And
this should be... hello?
There you are.
Okay, yeah, okay, yep.
There we go.
Yep.
That's
You're absolutely right. In Discord, it was in... the wrong one. It was on my webcam. So, okay. All right. Okay, so let me see here. Okay. Alrighty. So, okay, so I'll get an answer back for that. Okie dokie. All right. So we'll see. We'll see what she says about that. All the other details, you're just gonna have to go back and watch the vid. Okay.
I could try to put on my Tinu voice and pretend to be Tinu, but that might be difficult.
We'll just put her in the bag of holding with a large straw so she can breathe out of it while we carry her around.
Okay.
We'll have like Tinu's hand like coming out of the bag like a sock puppet and pretend to be Tinu talking. And it's one of us.
All right. So we are back after hiatus. Woo! I know it's been a few weeks, but hey, we're still here, still doing it, still romping through Drakkenheim, and all right, we're gonna see what shit's about to. Oh, a lot of things are about to go down. So this is going to be a very RP heavy session. Actually, a lot of it's going to be dictated by you guys and what you guys want to talk about, discuss, figure out what you need to do, you know, where you need to go, who you want to talk to, all that type of stuff I expect. I mean, there is some chance, I guess, for some combat, but we'll go ahead and see if things go that way. But I just ask everyone who's watching, or, you know, all the players, give me some patience with this session, because there's a ton of different moving parts. This is a hard game to run. There's a ton of different moving parts going on here that I'm gonna have to kind of keep in sync, and a lot of it I have in my notes, but a lot of it also I don't have in my notes. So because you can't really plan for a lot of stuff. So we'll go ahead and see. But all right. But before we get started, yeah, let's go ahead and do some recapping. And we're going to get into our kind of starting quote-unquote question here. And then we're going to hop into it. And we're going to see how far, you know, we get before time's up, as the knife bites continue their pursuits on their quests. So who wants to try to recap? It's been a minute, you know?
Definitely has.
I would totally love to do a recap this sesh, but if somebody else feels like calling dibs, let me know. Get
an inspiration. I put the, you know, more specific mechanics about that in Discord. So yeah, it's whoever. I get, if nobody raises it, then Shane, go ahead, do it.
All right.
Going once, going twice. Go on.
Run it, Shane.
Heck yeah.
Well, last time on Dungeons of Drakkenheim, it's night, and it's Abby in a room, awakening in a cold sweat, with no one around in the cells. There, Gutrin, or Gutrun? I'm sorry, Dice, I probably butchered the name.
Gutrin, you had it right the first time.
Gutrin awakens her in a dream-like state, half asleep, half awake, whispering to Alice to not forget her blood. Suddenly, Alice is awake again in her same room, Loey sleeping in his bed, Venus still in her arms, and the snores from the dwarf breaking the stillness of the garrison. And Gutrin seems to oddly be missing now. Wondering what the heck just happened, and what strange prophetic dream nightmare she woke up from, Alice goes to talk to Body and detect any traces of magic that might be about her person that might have caused her to see these strange visions. And with nothing immediately obvious, thanks to Bati's spellcraft and incantations, the pair simply chalk it up to the nature of Drakkenheim, and maybe the haze that surrounds them. Who knows? Bati then, with Alice, goes over the Black Book Diary, talking about around the names of about 30 people that are listed in the book, all related to this strange lineage, I think, and these vampires that the party way back sessions ago discovered in the inn that they all stay in outside of Emberwood. Bati also starts associating out, or maybe this was Alice, the sending stones that we took from Oscar Yoren that we have a big box of now. And soon it's breakfast time in the morning, and the party goes over their agenda for the day. Tinu heads off to find Corin, her hooded lantern friend, and to come with her to the Scar for a knife bites job and a good time, huh? Aces. Loey secures some extra flares from the captain, I think. Oh man, it's the one with the bandana. Brent, help me out here.
Yes, Captain Sten Livingston.
Captain Sten Livingston. Yeah, cool dude. Gave me some flares after a reasonable persuasion check. As well as Botti and Alice, failing, unfortunately, to convince the Lord Commander to assign them some hooded lantern personnel when we go out to negotiate with the Iron Helms, their new contract that the Lord Commander wants to propose to them. And with, unfortunately, Corin, after everybody comes back together, unable and unwilling to follow the party without explicit orders from the Lord Commander and to not leave his post, and decides it's probably a better idea just to sweep around, the local fortifications. That's a good use of his time. We leave for the Scar. And wouldn't you know it, past Shepherd's Gate, beyond the outer spokes, the party hits pockets of haze, still hanging in the air, clumped and dense, defying the very physics of the rain and wind that pelts the party as we crawl through the sprawl. And about an hour into the journey, despite the thunder and the booming and crashing of octarine lightning above, we hear the yelping and barking of Garmir from Temple Gate as we attempt to avoid their war parties. Successfully, mind you. Homes and fields pass by the party as we transition into the warehouse districts and shop fronts near the River Drann and enter the merchant's ward for the next hour. Rain still beating overhead, growing in intensity, and the sprawl seems to gradually descend into the river itself, flooding from all the rainfall. Earlier than expected, but not without a means of handling it, Ron casts the spell Water Walk to help the party cross the delirium-corrupted Drann River that's overflowed across the merchant quarter, and hopes that, in concert with some magic and rooftop maneuvers, the party can avoid the worst the river has to offer, and we eventually arrive in the spokes. Ron feels a sudden sting on the back of his exposed, scaly skin on his neck as beads of delirium-infused hail begin falling from the dark and foreboding skies above, his skin sizzling from the impact of these tiny, violet, icy crystals. And the party, desperate to avoid the worst that this corrupted hail has in store for them, seeks any shelter they can find, but alas, several of the party members are deeply tainted by the delirium, or at least in Loey and Alice's case. Finally, after this slog through what tantamounts to probably the worst storm the party has likely suffered in their time in Drakkenheim, IMO, we arrive at the Scar Smithy, the home of the Ironheld dwarves and their mining operation, where we're ready to handle our business with Reginald, when apparently everything goes south. We learn that because we have been away so long, apparently things are not going well, and Eloise has been kidnapped, missing, taken from outside the Red Lion Hotel, where Reginald, having last seen her, and with the help of one of these newly minted Amethyst Academy golems, finds that his sister has been taken and that a note has been left in her place. Now, the previous deal is to be reinstated or else. Love the Queen of Thieves. God love that girl. She knows her business. Anyways, we agree we're going to help Reginald hopefully find Eloise, clearly be able to save her from the sprawling sewers beneath Buckle Down Row, where the Queen of Thieves likely has her held, or perhaps in one of the many, many drinking establishments above. We don't know specifically. But it is advised, our storyteller Brent, thank God for this advice, Brent, to go and talk to some mercenaries that we happen to know that happen to have their own business in Buckle Down Road. Maybe it'd be a good idea to go and go talk to them.
True.
Anyways, we trade out of delirium, which Reginald is amicable enough to agree to, but he is very hesitant to sign any new contracts of payment for Hooded Lantern bodyguards, in spite of the fact that the Amethyst Academy's golems seem to be as useful as a bucket of bolts or a tin can in protecting his family. And we do manage to get Reginald to sign some papers and to hopefully, whenever the hell we get back to Shepherd's Gate, to get the Lord Commander to sign them. But it is on the way back to Emberwood Village, after having done a long trek through this horrible storm that's now only clearing up, and lots of gold in the party's pockets from their delirium trade with the Iron Helms, what should come across the party? Not your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, not some lovely travelers and pilgrims to Champion's Gate, but a hidden group of armed killers and assassins sent by the Queen of Thieves to end the party once and for all. And from out of nowhere, swinging poisoned bolts of sickly white venomed arrowheads, they nearly kill Bati in a single volley of bolts, peppering her, before the party quickly takes cover in the nearby alley. Desperate to find where their enemies might be hiding, realizing they're outgunned, the party swiftly, with the help of Loie and Alice, managed to avoid their pursuers from finishing their task of putting the party down for good and escape the streets of Drakkenheim, where we come to Emberwood, where it's proverbially out of the frying pan and into the fire. For what should we find outside of the chapel but a growing violent mob who decide that now's a real good time, with the party sick from delirium and haze, to go and murder the local priests for doing something nefarious, as they shout out to bring someone back. The party, desperate to quell the tensions, to stop the madness, or maybe just to have a good scrap, gets involved. Kitchen knives, torches, and pitchforks, with a little bit of magic from some burned and frozen paladins, are no match for the words of Tinu, a couple rounds of scattershot from Loie, and the reveal of Ron's delirium-infused chest that halts the fallen fire cultists in their tracks, and ordering them to return back to Hendrick's farm. And with the side-eye of the paladin staring at Ron, the party picks back up, just after having quelled the chaos in Emberwood. Today on Dungeons of Drakkenheim, Brent, take it away.
Awesome. Take some inspiration. Good. Excellent recap. As we get into this, I am going to hammer a couple points home here in hope to help you guys. But before we hop into actual game, I want to go to our Drakkenheim map. And from here is where we'll do our questions. So let's do, yes. All right. So for the stream's sake, I am going to state this question, which you guys already know about. But, no buts, let's do it. All right, so yes, you guys have been traveling these dangerous parts of Westamar, right, for a lot of time. At the beginning of the game, we got, of course, a character description. You guys, fresh new babe adventurers hitting the roads. And I thought it would be fun to, after a lot of events over the past month in Drakkenheim, a year, almost, well, two, in game, what your characters would look like now, considering all the traumatic stuff you guys have been through. contamination galore, body parts missing, whatever it may be. So I just wanted to go around the table and get an updated description from you guys. And those of you who do it, you get an inspiration you can hold. Not the story, not the recap inspiration, but one of the ones we hold for our level. If you don't, because you just don't have a good idea right now, that's fine. Another session, maybe we can go ahead and return to it and give one out. But I'm just gonna go ahead and call the first person, and then then that person, after they're done giving a description, can call the next person, and that's how we'll do it until we get everybody in here. So, what do the knife bites look like now? And I'm gonna go ahead and start here with let's start with Alice. Why not? You're in the hot seat first. Give it to us.
Feeling. Man, it's like, as a player, getting into the innermost thoughts of my character is not my favorite thing or something. I don't know. Because with Alice now, you know how, thankfully, when you're in Drakkenheim, the first thing you probably notice about somebody is that they smell. But
True.
I would say with Alice, she's probably one of the better smelling people in Drakkenheim due to her constant pestering of Torren to cast that spell that gets her cleaned up anytime she asks for it. Along with bathing any chance she gets by asking Tinu to create clean water and with the soap, and if Ron's feeling it, now that he's back, we'll get some heat metal to actually make the bath warm. So she's one of the better smelling people, but she still no longer smells like sun-kissed salt water of her beachfront home that she used to live in. And her hair has lost that bright copper sheen and the natural beach waves for the very same reason. And also she has started recently wearing it in 2 tight French braids. Not for fashion or looks, but because she is fucking tired of her hair getting snatched in fights. It's very disrespectful, and she wishes for that to stop.
True.
It keeps it cleaner longer. So, you know. And her eyes still have that light glow behind them that they've always had at night. But where they used to spark with an aloofness, they have become almost sharper, you know, when they're not icky with pus from contamination. But the Eldritch Black eyeliner right now is a slight bonus. One less step in her morning routine. So, and her figure has kind of stayed very lithe and lean with her new, now reinforced armor, and now decorated with the green cloak that is folded to rest on her left shoulder and the Hayuk style. And not so much for fashion, as she has learned that in intense moments, she now can call upon deep red feathered wings to allow her flight for a very short time, and she doesn't want those getting wrangled up in her cloak. So that's something new that she has to address with the way she dresses now. And those wings also only reinforce the story she was told back in Old House. And this time has changed her very blasé, very chalant, very just nonchalant way to, she now has a very haughty sneer. She does, because accomplishments with the knife bites have brought herself.
True, there ain't nothing to laugh about around here.
Right,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah, so that, along hand in hand with her drive to claim the town and claim the crown and bolster Westamar to newfound seats of power within the realm, Alice is, she's definitely gotten a little cocky, and she will. It's not so much chase somebody down to keep them from saying anything about her, but the fact that they had the audacity to tangle with her, they can fuck around and find out.
Yeah, so you're gonna find out.
Yeah. So I would say Alice has definitely hardened, and she's tired of answering to other people. And now she feels that she has the power and the relationships with the knife bites to no longer have to. So I'd say that's how Alice is trying to change.
Love it. Love it all. All right, who you popping it to next?
I'm going to pop it to our favorite crystalline, our chest lizard boy, Ron.
Of course.
Alright, I have unmuted. Alrighty. So, I'll start with what Ron looked like. I have a very brief backstory update, followed by which will explain why he looks like the way he does now. So when Ron joined the party on a wagon before waking everybody up from a tentacle dream, Ron, or I'm gonna do this in first person. I came to Drakkenheim in search of the crater and why I've been having these terrible nightmares. Having lived over a dozen lifetimes in the Fonzook, I've learned countless origin stories about the gods in the past. I've helped build cities, preserve nature, and guide countless tribe members through the world that my clan built. Then I woke up, my mentor and clan all dead beside me. Traveled to Amberwood with those who had become my new clan. I found old Zoya, a new mentor, who clarified for me what happened to my world in tandem to this one, and why my previous mentor, Haas, for all intents and purposes, has had his body possessed by this entity and is coming for the rest of us in pursuit to conform the realms. The new clan has taken me on the adventure of a lifetime, though I have lived many through Drakkenheim, fighting the scourge of the land, making backdoor deals with city folk, disrupting the status quo in all pursuits of their personal ambitions. Then I was lizard napped, held in a dungeon for days with nothing to eat but goop and reading the same book day after day.
It's a good book.
So the god says. But after speaking with some lost souls, I realized it. My path had been presented to me with the perfect opportunity, but with a cost, like everything else in this world. So I took the sacrament, cased my soul in a crystal, and, forgive the word usage, this was written before Thursday, and stared into my destiny. Merely a few meters from my claws. I had to turn away, knowing that I cannot complete my task alone. I returned to my new clan, scrutinized and was suspect, hoping that one day they will empathize with my decision and sacrifice. Days after my return to the party, I wake in the dream world to find old Zoya, my newest mentor, telling me that she can no longer assist me in my missions and will be wiped from the realm soon. She advises the evil coming for me and gives me a final piece of wisdom. The battle of gods draws near. I, with the scrutiny of my clan and the loss of another mentor, is preparing for my one last stand against evil, hoping one way or another my soul survives. Now, Ron, who came into this party looking like a young lizard, although extremely old in wisdom, no longer looks young, but his scales have started, chipping away from hail and haze rain and, all the other elements of Drakkenheim. His teeth are yellowing. They're not as pearly whites as they used to be, and his claws are definitely getting longer due to lack of really use. Just holding a staff and shield takes enough effort as it is. He doesn't want to go to every rock and claw it. And, his once forest green cloak is almost a black purple, just again due to elements. But the big key is Ron now has a purple delirium shard in his chest that looks very similar. Is shaped very similar to an animal that resembles him.
True.
And
I like you remember that detail.
But of course, that was like the whole point for me when I was doing that. It's like it's got to have a purpose, and this is what I'm looking for. Popcorn to. Haven't heard him talk yet tonight. Let's popcorn it to Body.
Yes, Body Carl. Hope you're doing good. Are you there?
I'm doing well.
Awesome. What do you got for us, brah?
Well, Coffee doesn't look extremely difficult from her original appearance, unless you look a little bit closer at her. It's like her dress is a little more worn and been repaired multiple times with mending spells and needle and thread, as well as her hat. She's had to sew some additional pockets into it to hold more spell components.
Nice.
One of the other details is she leans more heavily on her cane. She looks like she's a little more gaunt than she used to be. Thinner. Part of the reason being that she stopped eating roughly a week ago. Since she no longer requires that kind of sustenance.
Mm-hmm.
Since the spirit world is starting to sustain her.
Weird.
The shadows behind her dark glasses are becoming darker. She still has most of her cheerful personality, but there is now a tightness in her jaw these days.
Yeah, this place will have you gritting your teeth.
And she does have her hair bound up into her hat to prevent more hair loss. She's been recovering at this point.
True. It's growing in, it's growing in. All right.
I'm going to pass it on to my fellow mage-born, Torren.
Torren has been very, very fortunate that he has not changed too much compared to a lot of people that come into this place. The fact that Alice bugs him to use prestidigitation to help get rid of some of the smellier and more disgusting aspects that coat them reminds him to do it as well, and for the rest of the party, so kept relatively clean. And mending keeps the clothes well, but there is definitely a raggedness and age to him. When he first came, it was with the intent to accomplish a goal and the shining resolve to do it. The armor was, but if not shining, at least polished. The cloak traveled, but in one piece, different. But now there are scratches and scuffs that are just too hard to remove. Spots, tears, dirt that seemingly stained, except for the green cloak, which, since he has received it, he has tried to keep in as much of an immaculate condition as he can, considering who it belonged to and what he owes them. The large greatsword is carried on his back, though not the most practical position. It helps with travel, but it is clearly well worn. It's hard to tell with his half-orcish skin, but there are dark circles, bags under his eyes, clearly, and a gauntness to him from a life of rations, if and when they can even eat that, as well as just the consistent sickness.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also, while he is not a person that smiles often, many times a set face, if not a grimace or a frown, it's more pronounced now. Of the group, Torren could be said to have been the first and only one to have truly accomplished his goal coming to this city.
True.
And yet, it has not, with everything going on, what's happening to his newfound friends and group, as well as his family, there doesn't seem to be a sense of accomplishment in his gait. If anything, there only seems to be a bit more weight on his back.
Love it. I'm glad you threw the sword in there, because you do have Twilight. Nice paladin blade.
He did not come in with a great sword, but he has it now, and yeah.
All right, who you sending it to? There's only one other person.
Well, yeah, I guess lining up the shot to our resident dwarven marksman, as he is the only one not to fire his yet.
Yes, best for last. All right, Loey, what's up?
Oh man. All right. A father betrayed, a mother murdered, an uncle broken. It was not so long ago. This outcast, this wanderer, had little more hope in his life. But a scant few words on a quickly scrawled letter from his ensorcelled sister. However, now Loey Goldbound has kin, family, something to fight for. And he has learned quite quickly, a spiteful stone of life will not take from him his hold upon this place, and he will carve from it. And no brainwashed cultist, zealotous paladin, guileful thief, drunken commander, or arrogant mageling will take that from him or his family by any means. Physically, Loey looks like someone who's learned to survive before they have ever learned to trust. Of a medium height and wiry, but rather bulky build, he moves with a restless awareness of a street gunner, always angled slightly on edge, weighing lightly on the balls of his feet, face sharp and expressive, quick and assessing for threats in his vicinity. Often seen with a crooked half smile across the front of his teeth. It's not so much the physical description of Loey's countenance has changed, where he wears his hair and his beard in the same braids and top knot that he's worn ever since he first served in the Rangers of Glimmer Peak. Instead, the most notable thing about Loey that's changed over his time in Drakkenheim are the weapons he carries on him. Where once, resting at his hip, was simply his compact and finely tuned duelist pistol, Tilly, a steel barrel etched curling smoke motifs. Now, in addition, he bears two more firearms. His scattergun, Talon, for when things get truly intense. Or Whisper, for some more of his long-range and practical wet work, whenever the party calls, or has a need to put a target down, quietly and fast. And that's Loey. And I wish Crew you were here so I could throw it over to you.
I know. She'll be back. She's been in the DM saying sorry. It's all good. Rest. Recover.
Yeah, just
be healthy.
Yep, rest, recovered. Hope you feel well soon.
But we'll go ahead and get to her when she comes back. But all right.
We got her back next week. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. All right. Inspiration to all of you. Thank you so much for giving me that update. I like that. Good frame of reference coming into this game here. So that was awesome, all of you.
Thank you.
All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it here. I'll be switching maps in a minute. But first, I want to highlight some things I'm going to keep in mind here. So, you guys left for the Queen's Park, or the Queen's Garden, on the 29th of Springtide. You stopped at the garrison, got detoured into capturing the cosmological clock tower. You stayed there a night. You went to the Queen's Park the next day, got Eldridge irradiated. After that, you recovered for 5 days at the garrison. And then you guys decided to hit Reed Manor. Went back to the garrison to spend another day recovering before tackling Drakkenheim through the storm, to the Scar, and finally back to Emberwood. So you guys accomplished a lot. You got a safe location now inside of the city, cashed out a lot of delirium at the Scar, claimed the head of a notorious drug dealer, and found a seal of Drakkenheim. I want to emphasize that finding this object, it's like having the United States Constitution like in your possession, like the original, and everybody's looking for it. So consider that. I mean, there's a whole, this item has extraordinary power, and it means a whole lot to a whole lot of people.
Right, it does.
Let's see here. We haven't took a... Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Yes, this baby. Right here. Alright. Okay. Alright. So, you guys have been gone from Emberwood for a total of about 7 days. And the current day is the 6th of Hearthstone. It's about 4:30 p.m. in the late afternoon here. All right. So let's go to our Emberwood village map. All right, that's where we left off. Hop over there. And I think we want to do... Let's do this one. Okay. So I have our party token here. That's where the party is currently at. Zoom out our stream map here a little bit. Okay. And Emberwood. Yeah. So, Emberwood Village. I'm going to show this art and this one to go ahead and set the scene here. These two bad boys. So, the rain has stopped. But actually, you know, let's, how about this one? I'm feeling this one. There we go. Okay. So the rain has stopped, but, you know, swaths of scattered clouds move across the sky hastily. Occasionally, the sun breaks through with intense rays. There's cool breezes that whip across your damp clothes from being out in Drakkenheim. And Emberwood is grim and muddy as ever. But never mind the scattered old wooden buildings. You just got done breaking up a scrimmage between the followers of the Falling Fire and the Silver Order, just outside of St. Ardenna's chapel. Now, right now, I don't have them on the map, so we're going to have to just use our imagination here. But some of the knights on horseback, and there are some others that are on the ground. They warily kind of circle the chapel, looking for threats. Some watch the cultists that are remaining in the area drag their fallen comrades away from the scene. But these knights don't pursue them any further. Many of the windows of the chapel are shattered, and mounds of rock, broken bottles, wooden planks, and other debris litters the area around the church. The interior of St. Ardenna's looks mostly undisturbed. It's empty inside, and the back door behind the burning brazier is open to the elements. The adventurers in the area are starting to kind of lose interest in this moment, and they're like returning back to whatever business they, you know, have in town. The adventurers that do linger, you know, they fixate on Ron and the warm glow bleeding from his chest. And the Silver Order Knights, they look at the lizard folk in disgust, and, you know, some of them whisper amongst themselves, but nobody does anything to you, Ron. Alice, you ran with Flamekeeper Hannah and her acolytes into the Hooded Lantern Watchtower. And Ron, Loey, Kolabati, Torren, and Tinu, obviously in spirit, are still outside on the streets of Emberwood. To the south of you, Caravan Court, its activity grows As more people realize the chaos is over at the chapel, people go back to, shopping and haggling and doing whatever other grim deeds they need to survive in Drakkenheim. So at this moment, everybody give me a group perception. We're going to do a group perception here.
Okay. Perception. It did go through. Oh, wow.
Good roll, man.
All right. Need Loey, and there's Loey, so all that's left is Kolabati.
Jeez.
Oh, it skipped the dice animation. Cool. No! Carl, why? It's okay, man.
Starting with body. From where you're standing, there's a reason why you don't see what I'm about to go ahead and describe here, because a hand grabs your wrist, and Kolabati, when you turn to look to see who it is, you see a dark-skinned human female dressed in kind of nondescript traveling gear and a cloak with a hood, but it's obvious that it is this lady who met you weeks prior at you guys' ruined guild hall, Miss Lady Verona von Batten. But obviously, she's dressed to fit the Emberwood culture here, we'll go ahead and say. And her brown eyes lock with yours, Kolabati, and she whispers to you, "Hey, come with me. Only you, though. I promise I won't keep you from your friends long." And in this moment, you see the rest of your party members are kind of still assessing the scene and doesn't realize this is going on. What do you do?
I perceive for a bit and nod, and just say, "Not the skull and sword."
You say not the what?
Not the skull and sword.
No, not there. She pulls you after her, and she cuts through several muddy alleys, purposefully kind of keeping her head down and taking kind of a girth around where the Skull and Sword tap house would be. And you pop onto a road in front of the Emberwood cottages. Many are still scorched from the fires set a week or so before. You could smell the burnt wood still in the air, even though it's damp out. People all around this area seem concerned with their own lives and ignore both of you as you dart into one of the smaller cottages, one that's right across from the Bark and the Buzzard. Verona closes the door behind you as she pulls you in, and you see that there's a simple wooden board, wooden plank that she can go ahead and set in the door to lock it, which she does. And then she peers out some tattered curtains before turning to you. But we'll get back to you here in a second with her.
Okay.
All right. The rest of you. Torren, you notice first that they're in the distance, kind of past Caravan Court, I guess kind of on the eastern side of it, excuse me. You see at the Skull and Sword tap house, there's a bunch of gangsters hanging outside around the side of the building. Let's see here. Let's throw this up as a reminder here. Skull and Sword Tap House. These group of grimy individuals dressed in kind of coalish black leather, lots of tattoos. Many of them look quite deranged and malicious on their own accord, but they congregate amongst each other, and they're looking at you, Torren, and they're whispering amongst themselves, but they don't do anything. You see a few of them mock you guys, and some gawk at Ron from their huddle, and laugh amongst themselves. The rest of you just know that there seems to be people outside of the Skull and Sword tap outs. But after noticing that, something else grabs you guys' attention here. There's an immediate interruption as... Whoa, not that. As you guys hear the cry of a griffin, and adventurers and villagers look up to the skies and point to the winged beast and barding. And there's a rider on its back that descends down to the ground outside of the chapel and lands with a thud into the mud, spraying it kind of everywhere. You see, hop off the back of this mount quickly. There's a familiar face. Elijah of the Silver Order.
Okay.
View of Flamekeeper Hannah. You guys met him with Sir Austin at your hideout before and his unfortunate demise. But he quickly hops off the griffin, and his eyes meet you guys, the knife bites, those of you who are outside. He gives a nod of acknowledgement, but then he hastily asks the paladins about where is Flamekeeper Hannah. You can hear him say her name. They point towards the watchtower, and without further words, you see he runs in that direction, while his griffin kind of just stands sentry outside with its predator eyes, looking around at all movements in the area. Let's start with everybody who's outside before we get to Alice here in the watchtower. Some adventurers, Loey, you hear like nearby you, he's contaminated! Fuck! And you see they like point at your skin and stuff, which of course had that like chitness. It's all over your face. It's like unmistakable. People kind of grimace. Those who are in the area take wide girth around this situation, do a double take, kind of look at you. But Torren, Loey, Ron, you guys look around. You don't see Kolabati anywhere. But what are you guys doing?
Looking at the crowd that's like pointing and probably a bit like chortling and laughing amongst themselves at the knife bites, or if they're not, that might change what Loey's about to do.
The adventurers that in the immediate area don't seem to be laughing, although they do seem to be like an audience, spectators to the event unfolding. But they point at you, they look at you with disgust with the contamination, though.
They are pointing out the fact you got infected, but they're not using it to mock you, kind of just, oh, look at that, like, stay away from him kind of thing, I'm guessing.
Loey's hand that still has talent out looks at them, and he, like, narrows his eyes and says, all right, you lot, fuck off, the show's over. Can I give an intimidation check to try to get them to leave and go about their business?
Yeah.
Okay. And he like, gestures with talent as if...
Roll with advantage. I mean, you just shot at a bunch of unarmed individuals.
I was going to offer to help him with advantage, so yeah, go. Yeah.
You point your gun at these guys now? There's a wild look in your eyes?
Yeah, man, I'm contaminated. I can do anything. It's crazy. Oh, is it going to read it? Hold on. Come on, you can do it, computer. I rolled
you got an 18. It rolled on mine. I saw the decimal on my sheet.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
It didn't come through on Roll20, but I saw it on D&D Beyond.
Should I just roll it again then? Until it comes
if you see an 18, you can tell me it's an 18. It's fine. But then in the back end, you can try to figure out why is it test why it's not rolling and Roll20.
It's been doing this since Sunday, just so you know, Brent. It's been picking up.
Because like normal rolling is like that, but
I just saw 11.
Roll.
Yeah, I just saw 11 come through.
I can't even sign into D&D Beyond currently.
Yeah. Like when I have to set it to advantage, Brent, and then have to click to roll, it doesn't do it. But if I base roll off the sheet and I don't have to set it to advantage, it doesn't. It just rolls normal. It rolls fine.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know why.
I'm also looking at the game log. It's saying 18 and then 21 with the
21,
advantage.
Yeah.
Sure, you can take the 18.
Yeah.
You see that these guys, they immediately grab their gear off of the ground near the buildings that they're standing at. They do it like a double take at you, and as long as the gun is still pointing at them, you see that they disperse. As do most of the other people in this area, the adventurers or so, and definitely people like just commoners around here.
And I think with that, Loey will turn around to Ron and Torren and said, "All right, one of you seen Addie? I think she went behind the chapel, but I didn't catch which way she went."
Ron is immediately gonna look at Loey and tell him that you and I are gonna have words. Right now we have other more important shit. But yeah. And as far as where she went, she's over at the watchtower.
Right. Loey nods to you, Ron. In a bit of thanks, maybe that's odd in this point. I don't know. All right. Well, I'm gonna go make sure that they're okay. And Loey's gonna walk off to the watchtower.
Well,
Got
good.
it. Yeah, Ron. Yeah, you see Loey walk off. What are you doing?
As Loey's walking off, I'm looking for traces of Bati.
Okay, roll me a roll me an insight.
I'm not leaving Ron alone, especially with the thing in his chest. Can I help him with this also to give him advantage
Sure.
as we look the body together?
Yeah.
Right. We'll see if my advantage button works. If not, I'll just roll twice.
Just roll me an insight.
Okay.
Get 24.
Worked.
You clocked where she last was at. And you look in that direction. She didn't move out into this open area that's between the buildings and the chapel of Saint Ardenna. So you imagine she must have went eastward. But if she went somewhere at all. But yeah, you don't see her. I guess she could have disappeared into Caravan Court, but you're pretty sure she must have moved eastward. She would have crossed her pass if she would have went west, but you don't see her anywhere.
I'll look at Torren and say, do we want to go to the watchtower? I'll keep an eye out for Bati.
Real quick, Brent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is asking too much, but with the 24 insight, would he be able to determine if like any kind of tracks that there was a struggle, like if she left willingly or was taken away?
You would imagine that if there was a struggle, Kolabati. Yeah. She would have notified you. You're pretty certain that she probably must have moved on her own accord. She wouldn't have just probably left without saying anything, unless it's it's really bad,
Yeah. Torren will keeping an eye on especially on the skull, the guys soliciting outside the Skull and Sword. Whatever happens at the watchtower, I'm sure they'll join up with us, but I'm not leaving you here by yourself, especially after what we just saw happen. Don't need anybody to do something stupid.
Oh, I'm going to the watchtower too. I'm gonna stand pretty much right at the gates or whatnot. I need to keep an eye out for her. So wherever she's gone, either she's know where we're going or etc. So.
All right, let's go with I guess we'll go into the watchtower.
Got it. All right. The rest of you move towards the watchtower. But meanwhile, at the watchtower, let's go ahead and see what's going on. I'm gonna drop the whole party on here, but it's going to be outside the gates, and I already have Alice's token, I think, on here. Yeah. So let's see. Let's go ahead and place party down here, and then I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that token. Okay, and I see it moved you. Gotcha. My bad. Okay, let me put you back.
You're fine. I know you'll fix it.
Oh,
can see again.
giant. All right. All right. I think we are good now. Okay. So, Alice, you,
Yeah.
Flamekeeper Hannah, and her two acolytes rushed as quickly as you could to get away from the mob of these followers of the Falling Fire. You guys came to the typical door that you saw Ansem at, usually, banged on it. The hooded lanterns that are here opened it, of course, noted your green cloak. Although they look a bit wary, but they definitely let you inside, and they immediately shut the door behind you. We're gonna say these three folks here, all hooded lanterns, mixed gender here. They back up as you guys kind of spill into this stable area, and some of the horses stamp their feet a little disturbed. You see Hannah and the acolytes, they kind of breathe heavy for a second. But Flamekeeper Hannah does a double take and looks at you, and her eyes go wide. You see she's kind of sweating and stuff. She's still a bit stressed here, but she goes, "You're contaminated." She just looks at you.
Yeah. I know. That's an issue for. Why were they attacking you?
You see
Who
the
did
other
you have?
hooded
What did you take
lanterns.
from them?
One of them goes outside here and seems to be kind of probably looking around to see maybe what's going on. You see Hannah blink to your question. She goes, I don't know. Yesterday they came. It wasn't as big as the crowd that you just saw. Maybe a dozen or so. They kept screaming, "Bring them back." I don't know what that means. They were banging on the doors, but the paladins came, so the ones that usually guard, since you sent them to us, they shouted them back and pushed them back, and they left. We prayed to the light that maybe they would give up and not return. But when we came to the chapel in the morning, some were already outside. They looked at us like they wanted to kill us. Throughout the morning, the crowd swelled, and the soldiers outside tried to keep them back, but there were too many of them. And then I heard the other paladins, the ones on horseback, they must have came from Camp Dawn. I don't know how they got here, though, so quick. You see, she seems to think, but then she shakes her head. She goes, they tried to break in. They just kept screaming, "Bring them back." But I don't know what's going on.
Can I insight check to see if she's really if I believe her, or she's being
Sure.
shady about what she's telling me? Okay. 18.
She seems pretty authentic here. She seems a bit disturbed, stressed out, a bit fearful. So do her acolytes. You know, they all kind of have the same disposition.
Yeah, and Alice will kind of like, she'll nod and, okay. So this is only going to get worse. You're gonna. I'm glad they actually finally came and helped you, because I know before that was an issue where Camp Dawn wasn't even trying to help you out here. They'd be stationed out here with any backup. At least they're backing you. Are any three of you hurt?
They look at each other and look down, up and down themselves, and they shake their heads. Just disturbed, but we're fine. I mean, we've seen a lot in Emberwood.
Yeah. Has anything else been, besides the cultists pestering you, anything else been going on? We haven't been here in days before we get swarmed, and Alice will kind of like peek out past the gate to see if anybody's approaching.
Yeah, you peek out, and at this moment, you can see that there's a griffin outside, and you can see Elijah's like jogging up to the area. Um, but you get another distraction as you hear someone say your name. You hear Alice, and you look towards the north, and you see Taqren is here, and he sees the situation, and he moves quickly forward.
She'll wave at him. She'll like do the finger wave at him. Torren's fine. Hang on a second though. I'm talking to Hannah. Had to get her out. I figured at least here for a minute until we can get her back to her chapel.
Hannah says, I don't know. I don't know if anything else of really what's going on here. I don't know why suddenly attacked us. Maybe it's because their numbers have been growing. There's about 3 or 4 times as many of the followers here than there were before. Maybe it makes them feel confident. Taqren says, your eyes are leaking.
No fucking shit, man. You gonna help me out or you gonna comment on it? At least Hannah will do something for me. And she'll just kind of like glare at Taqren. Like she is very obvious she does not like Taqren very much.
He raises his hands like he's not going to like combat you on this, but he looks around nervously. Hannah says to you, Alice, it's going to take a bit of time to get the chapel back organized. I packed up everything, put it in our cellar. But if you come back before dusk, I can help you with this.
I know. I'll get to it. I'm not been around here long enough now. I'm not horribly pressed about it. I mostly wanted to make sure you were okay.
I'm fine. I am. Thank you.
Yeah,
Who knows what would have happened?
Well, hopefully we don't have to find out. So maybe let your man, who's probably gonna shake me,
Yeah, boom, 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 boom.
take care of you. Yep.
On the door.
Alice, open it.
Yeah, he barrels inside, and he looks at you, but then he looks at Hannah, and he immediately comes up to her. He begins like pressing her questions, like, is she okay? Is everything all right? And he gives her she gives him a moment to kind of get that out before she kind of pats his chest and says, I'm okay. Let me get over here to some other notes. Let's see. Elijah says, I saw it happen from the skies. I immediately went back to camp to get the others.
Saw what from the skies? What are you talking about?
He looks at you. The numbers of those insane assholes, those demented evil people out there. That's what I saw them congregating. A huge group. I knew it wouldn't have been enough of the 4 paladins outside to stop them, so that's why I went for reinforcements.
Do you think they're actually going to listen and keep more reinforcements out here now?
I don't know. We are gearing up for...
Uh-huh.
You see, he looks at Hannah for the siege. He looks at Hannah and goes, you need to come back to Camp Dawn with me. You can't stay out here. They're just going to keep coming. More and more of them. Word's going to spread about what's going on at Camp Dawn, and then there won't be enough to stop them. They'll burn this place in the middle of the night, or come to where you're sleeping at and kill you in your sleep. You can work in the infirmary. With Ruth. She is an amazing flame keeper. You see Hannah's face steel. I grew up in Emberwood. My father worked at St. Ardenna's. I spent my whole life here, even through Drakkenheim, and everything that happened there. I'm not leaving because of this. You see, he looks through and he goes, but what about our child? She goes, I'll see it through. The light has protected me this far. You can tell that Elijah can detect that it's probably going to be hard to move her from this position, considering things that's happened. And maybe other things he knows about her. He nods, but he grits his teeth. He says, well, you're not going to be here alone then. I'm going to get a reassignment to patrol outside of St. Ardenna. I don't matter. It doesn't matter if the coin's less. One thing, though. If this happens again while I'm here, God forbid something happens to us, but if we make it out, we're going to Camp Dawn. If this happens again. Deal? You see Hannah relax a bit. She gives him a smile. Goes, deal. She turns back to you, Alice, and she goes, I think I can have everything set back up by 7 p.m. or so.
Okay. I wanted you safe.
You made sure that happened. Ophelia, she said that Camp Dawn did want the chapel to pay a bit more, especially for the extra security. This pay goes directly to the other knights.
Mm-hmm. So you're charging me more, is what you're saying?
Everyone, not just you.
Mm. But that takes away the availability for people who need it that don't have the coin. Doesn't that kind of like go against the whole point of the work for the community that you want?
We need the security. We need the knights here.
Understand.
And if the Silver Order says that they need some pay in order to keep up these operations, I can understand that. You don't know, but
They have
already,
no fucking money.
Like I said, you don't know, but they're already supporting a lot of our services, getting items and things even here without it being stolen. Making sure acolytes come through, that we have enough of them. It'll be okay. Maybe after the siege, things will return back to some normalcy. But Elijah says, you know you can always come to Camp Dawn if you need some help.
Yeah. I know. I do need to see Ophelia and let her know about something.
You mean that lizard outside? The corrupted one with the crystal in his chest?
He has a name and his name is Ron, and you are very aware of that, and I do not appreciate how quick you have flipped the switch because of a decision he was forced to make.
You see, he wants to say something else, but he decides to just bite his tongue.
Because he wanted to keep Hannah safe too, just so you know.
He just looks at you, but you get a sense some other principles and convictions he has that he's not really buying that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't say anything. He doesn't look mad or anything at you.
Yeah, and Alice was saying that more matter-of-factly, she was trying to keep emotion out of it, just kind of remind him a little bit of who he's talking to. And no, that isn't it. But it's fine. I'll see you both tonight then.
Yes, please. Come back.
It's not just me. It's not just me. Loe's pretty bad off too. I
For
think Torren might have a little bit of contamination too. She'll stay a little loudly looking at Taqren, just to see him squirm.
he just grits his teeth and he just looks at you. Hannah says, "If you bring them this evening before I close, our normal prices. Of course, these are all really donations to my operations, but I'll make sure that you won't have to pay more than what you usually have been paying.
Okay.
From here on out, though, I can't guarantee it."
You have to take care of yourself. I have to take care of myself. I understand completely, Hannah.
Thank you so much, though. You see
Of
the
course.
other acolytes with her? They all look at you and give you like warm smiles that they're really appreciative for saving them from being killed by a mob.
Yeah. Alice just grins and I can say and looks at Hannah and says, "I can say with confidence that you would have done the same for me." So
Elijah goes, "I'll take you back to St. Ardenna's and stay as long as I need to in order for you to get set up." You see he smiles at her. She smiles at him. You see she gives him a hug. You see that he relaxes with that. You see
just give
then
him a smooch, girl. You're holding out.
you see Elijah looks a little bit awkward, but he would go ahead and excuse himself along with the acolytes and Hannah, and they will go to leave. And as they open the door at this moment, imagine that you see the rest of the knife bites approaching.
Hey! Hey, you in there?
I'm-
Loe's shouting from
Oh
outside.
my god. Alice will just kind of roll her eyes. Yes. Don't stop being so damn loud, she'll say out in Dwarven.
There's grumbling.
Tell Hannah sorry for causing a fuss when you should have gotten her to safety.
Taqren pushes past all of you guys and comes out. And when he sees you, Torren, he immediately comes over to your position, meeting you like halfway. And he'll, wait for you to catch up. You may be muted if you're saying something. But if not,
I'll make note that some hand signs come up between Loe as he looks over at Addie.
Sorry, yeah, I am muted. But seeing his brother get closer, he will move closer, like move a little bit faster to get up to him.
when you come up to him, he gives you a bright smile. He goes, "I was worrying you got yourself killed already."
It's a little harder to kill me than that.
It's good to see you, brother. I was just
Good
about
to
to
see
head
you, too.
back to the garrison. This is my last day. You see, he looks at your other compatriots, particularly Alice, but he grips your arm and he stops you for a second. He goes, "After a moment, we're inside. We need to talk
Yes.
alone."
Yes, we certainly do.
He then would move inside with the rest of you. The acolytes, of course, and Hannah and Elijah, they all exit. And they all begin to
As they're
move.
Exiting, Oh, I'm sorry. As they're exiting, and Alice was waiting for Loe to come in and start yapping at her with hands. The other lanterns that were around, Alice would just kind of generally say thank you for helping me get the door open and let me in, and try to, be nice. I mean, she's genuine, thanking them, So I just wanted to note that she would
Yeah,
have done that.
they seem to appreciate it. It is noted. You see, they stand a bit taller. They will wait for all of you. You can move your own tokens inside. Can't move everything here, so you guys can help me out by doing that. And they would shut the door after all of you come in. As you guys walk northward here, Taqren kind of leading you way into the inner halls of the watchtower. You would see another familiar face.
Oh shit! It's old Captain Raine.
I was waiting for her to pop up. I was waiting for it. I knew she was gonna come fuss at me.
You all see Loey just nod to Alice.
She silently just kind of evaluates the scene, and you could tell she'd make sure that the other soldiers shut the doors and locks them after all of you come inside. She would go. She would kind of frown, seeing the various states of contamination that some of you have, and as you approach her, you tell that she keeps a good she gets keep a good COVID distance, good 6 feet. She keeps from you guys, and
Yeah, we get it. We're sick. What is it, Captain Raine?
I thought you came here looking for an update.
Oh, and Loey looks over at Addie like a bit confused.
Alice would kind of actually look at no, sorry, hear the echoes. She would look at Highlash and nod, kind of like with the looking at her eyes, trying to be like, yeah, just to see if Highlash wanted to talk to her privately again. It's kind of the look she's giving Highlash.
She has a stone poker face. She doesn't give you that indication that she wants to do that, but she gestures for you guys to follow her inside into what looks to be kind of maybe the mess hall or meeting hall kind of area of the watchtower.
I also follow. If anything, is Torren following like directly behind Taqren, or is he walking next to Taqren?
I would say probably next to.
Yeah.
Alice is walking immediately behind Taqren and actually letting her footsteps be heard. Torren would know that, like, wait a second, I could actually hear Addie behind me? Yeah.
He looks over his shoulder, a bit disturbed, and he gives you a glance, but he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, just trolling his brother. She like does the
which is why he's not commenting on it, because he knows that she's doing it to troll him.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she would move in behind them.
Yeah. Yep, all of you. She comes in and kind of stands near her. Yeah, help me out here.
I mean, I'm
moving. Hold on, I'm coming.
Yeah, help me out.
I'm in with
standing
Taqren,
outside the
so...
gate, which is why I haven't moved my token. Ron's keep an eye out for Bati.
Got it.
Fair enough.
They will shut the door.
Truth.
All right.
Good call.
So, this is the moment where, out of game, not mechanic wise, but just meta wise, we have to make a decision. So, I thought about we can do all of these scenes kind of separately, in our other channel, to where you don't really, I guess, know what's going on, but it may be more interesting for the stream and for those waiting. If we don't do that, we just cut scene, and I mean, you guys are all great role players, so I don't expect anybody to really metagame, but it's really up to you guys' as kind of personal preference. For this session, probably next session, if I pull you aside, if you want to either do that in a separate channel or you're just fine with whatever. But yeah, I'm not saying that all these conversations are some super secrets or anything like that, but I figured I would leave it up to you guys to decide whether you wanted to side channel. If we do it that way, everybody just has to kind of wait for a second while we go through some stuff. So with that being said, I want to hop back to Kolabati here, and Body, do you want to go into another channel, or do you just want to go ahead and do it from where we're at?
I'm doing it right here.
Okay. Alrighty then. With that said, we're going to okay, now this is where I gotta figure out how the new shit works. I can drag one token onto a certain page, and I select body. Do I just drag? Or wait, what is this? Locate player. Oh, okay. I thought I can have individual people on maps using this other way.
You can.
But
What the place to party?
no, I just want to place Kolabati on one map here.
Yeah, you
But
can.
I thought I can. Yeah, I can. I thought I can do it a new way that they had, but I guess not. But it's fine.
What's the
Okay.
new way? I have to look it up.
No, I thought like there was like at the very top right, you see that there's the ribbon. There's everybody's character. I thought I can just select
Yeah.
and drag that one character, but I don't think
You should be able to. It's
I just
yeah, you
select-
should. That's how I do it. I just drag them onto the map, like in the drop down of all the maps at the top.
Yeah.
And then yeah, exactly what you're talking about, the ribbon and stuff. And I just drag their name onto the map.
Oh, I see. Yes. So only Kolabati. Do you see anything on this map, Kolabati? No?
I do not.
Okay. I think I see. I think I get how to do it. Okay. Let me then put this token here. There we go. Now you should.
Okay.
Okay. Let's put you guys inside this cabin here. And then, oh, what if I do it this way? Okay, I see. If I do it this way, though, I have to do it this way. Okay. My stream side does not update if I do it that way. So, good to know. Okay, cool. So, what do I do with this? Group all? There, okay, I see. All right. I know you other guys can't see what's going on this map, but just gonna have to deal with me for a second here. Okay. That there. After checking the windows, Kolabati, Lady Verona von Batten here, you see she seems to relax a bit and pulls down her cloak, kind of unties it, and she throws it on this old dilapidated couch. You look in this cottage and you know that these are the quote-unquote cottages that the Bark and Buzzard rents out to adventurers for a hefty price. But seeing the interior doesn't look that much better than the ruined guild you guys are kind of staying in. There's just ruined, dilapidated furniture. There's graffiti on the walls, probably from previous adventurers being here. Some names carved into the wooden planks. The place is generally a tidy slum, we'll go ahead and say. She looks at you and sits down on the couch. How's things going?
Drakkenheim, to say, if you take the seat on the other side.
That it is, Drakkenheim. I haven't heard from you for a while.
The city takes what it wants, and it's been rather busy out there. As for your initial question way back when, I think there was an excavation at the clock tower that may have found some of that information, but I need to follow up on some leads on that.
Her eyes brighten. Yes. You know what's in that vault, right? You remember?
Yeah, we've been actually following the things on that particular bloodline.
That's right. Your family, everybody's worried about you, she says.
Kolabati will give a dry chuckle at that.
She raises an eyebrow.
No.
Should they not?
No. It's nice to know they're worried about me 50 years later.
You are an elf. I mean, 50 years is drop in a bucket, right?
It used to be.
I heard about that too. Well,
Most elves don't live as long as they used to.
a lot of investment has been, maybe that's the wrong word. A lot of care has been put into you, Kolabati. Right? I mean, what elf living in an old house in a forest somewhere gets a chance to have a free ride to Eladria and spend years doing whatever you guys do in these towers? That's care. It's care your family put in.
Even in death, a Diap they will serve.
She kind of side eyes that. You can tell that she doesn't seem to get it. She shakes her head. Yes, in the vault. The blood matrix.
Like I said,
And we
we've
do
got some
know.
leads on that.
And what leads do you have? Yes, please. Tell me.
Well, like I said, we found part of the excavation at the clock tower. We need to do further. We need to do some further checking there, and we also need to check with the home of the leader of that expedition to see what paperwork he may have left behind.
You see, she frowns a bit. Who's the leader?
It was the steward.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like you're on board with this idea of verifying these blood lineages, considering everything that's happened, right? Whether the Von Kessels are the frauds that we suspect them to be, and the Von Drakens are dead, long gone, ancient history, right?
There is some question about that particular point.
What do you mean?
Well, the bloodline might be dead, but that doesn't mean it's not among the living.
I see. Well, I'm sure that there's various people who probably have a little bit of Von Draken blood. Some bastards running around, but that's something that we don't have to worry about.
Kolabati will laugh. You do know who Von Draken was towards the end, right?
Well, I know more than I used to know. Maybe a year or so ago. People a lot smarter than me, who studied history for a living, they say that Carmen von Draken, the daughter of Vlad, slayed her father, who was an actual vampire. But from what I understand, she gave his corpse mercy. I mean, or hell, I guess, depending on how you look at it. And entombed him in a secret location, the fabled vault with the Von Drakens. And this location, from what I understand from these eggheads, was handed down from monarch to monarch by tradition. Only the queen knew. Its location somehow, I guess, stored and hidden and handed down to the next queen when appropriate. But then there is another name that I learned recently over the past year or so, an Albert von Draken, the Cursed King, as they call him. I guess killed his whole family line. I guess the information to that vault went along with those slayings. And then there was, a century or so of just chaos and war around here. I mean, by the time the Von Kessels rose to power, I mean, no one who really knew who was related to who, right? Most lords and ladies, killed by assassins, sent by the Albricks or other jealous lords. Families just vying for power. And I do now know that when the Von Castles say that they still possess one of the Von Draken's, I guess, bloodlines or blood vials or whatever, phylacteries, no one cared to challenge them for generations. Until now. Until here, the Nimberwood.
Like I said, we're still looking into that, and also, are you saying you're also you're seeking? Do you know what Kesselholm claim is what they're trying to claim?
She laughs at that and shakes her head. They're almost out of the picture. I know that they claim that they're still the Von Kessels, which means that since Banford and Celia are dead and gone, that someone from their family has the rights to the throne here in Drakkenheim and to Westamar, but you could tell she doesn't seem to take them seriously. She goes, they're a bunch of forced people. But, some people could shoot some bows very well. They have some mercenaries, Steel Fang, I think they call themselves. They hang out around there, but they don't have an army or a navy, for that matter. And from what I understand, the money that they were getting from Geldstad in the bank, that's all gone, closed, drawn up, right? They're not a concern.
My understanding as well.
They have no money. They have no one out here seeking their claims. All they have is a drunk commander fighting the last war. And that's why Drakkenheim is dead. And that's why people like you and me, important people who've seen things, been places, people with power, needs to start looking towards the future of what comes next after all of this. It's just going to get worse for everyone, including the elves that live out here in the forest. Contamination spreads. Something needs to stop. Some small elven communities will probably be the first to go, if there's even some still around.
You're still in the Elvenmire.
Yes, the Elvenmire. They're still over there too. But what happens when this sludge gets over there?
Well, I can tell it already has.
So you agree, there's nothing to save here, just things to claim. Items lost that needs to be in rightful hands.
Well, as I said, I am looking for your blood matrix, and I am looking for your vault. And I have my leads.
Good. You can
And
tell
I
that.
believe, and I also believe, if she's like, she'll put her like hand in her pocket and use the little pips on it and activate that sending stone and just mentally transmit. I believe I have a way to keep in contact with you.
Her eyes brighten. What happened with Mr. Yorn?
He tried to double cross us.
You see that you can see the gears turning in her head as it doesn't seem like she knew this information. Well, contacts come and go, including yourself if you're not careful. She gives you a smile.
I know. But
I
like
just
said,
wanted to make sure that we were still working together. And I know it seems like you're doing a lot, and maybe I'm not giving much in return. But from my contacts, ones that have access to the city, access to a lot of history, that thing that you carry, that mage I told you about, Friedrich von Leichten, the Grand Master, well, the former Grand Master, under the Archmage of Drakkenheim, or the Inscrutable Tower. You believe that maybe the Royal Steward was in charge of that excavation, and I guess that would be true. But finding magical wares in a legendary vault that disappeared for centuries and nobody seemed to know what was there or where it was at, that definitely seems a matter of the Academy. And from what I understand, the Grand Master, von Leichten, and the former Archmage, who knows what happened with her, knew about these excavations. Roll me an insight, Kolabati.
$20, $30.
You could tell she is like you don't get a sense she's lying to you, but you get a sense that she is carefully trying to connect certain dots while avoiding others, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
To present, I guess, a certain narrative to you.
They are definitely on our list of people to have conversations with. And as well as one other that may actually have further insight into von Draken himself.
Who's that?
The hermit north of the castle.
She just kind of nods and grimaces at that. What's their name?
Eogan.
I see.
Not a name the elves like bandied about.
I think that vault is inaccessible from the outside. It was excavated. Things immediately outside of it must have been taken by the Academy. Von Leichten would know this. Maybe the Academy already found a way into that vault. And maybe he knows how to get there too. From what I understand, the Academy has interesting ways to get around. Have you ever heard of something called the hallways?
I believe I may have.
Have you?
I might have seen something of that nature.
Then you're definitely on the right track, Kolabati. Von Leichten? He has to be somewhere here in Drakkenheim. It's the only place to hide from the Academy. Just like Yorn. Just like you. And me, for right now. The Academy would have found him by now. Which means somewhere in that city. He lies. He waits. Who knows doing what? That'll be interesting to find out. But more importantly is, being the previous Grand Master, he would know about this vault. More about these hallways. About your jewelry.
Well, after this whole conversation, I do have my next conversation at the inn with the Academy representative. I'm working on gaining access to the tower.
Excellent, excellent. Great. Well, I feel a lot better, she says, giving you a smile. You can tell she's kind of relaxed, crossed her legs on the couch here. You know what's interesting? How I found you here? One of my good contacts in Emberwood. You've probably heard of him, Blackjack Mel. Why you laugh?
We've had many dealings with him. Some friendly, some not.
I've heard words about quote unquote the knife bites in Buckle Down Row. But the point is I was looking for you. We all knew you came here. And he just happened to net you. He was asking me some information about land deeds between Grendel, the steward, right? And your family. Well, speaking of knife bites, your compatriots, your friends, who are those? Starting with the lizard.
Well, Ron is a fragment of the old world. Apparently, he's been a curiosity in this area for a while. Apparently, he was a friend of the steward back then too, before the meteor.
Really? Well, he looked contaminated, crystal in his chest. I hear that's what the cultists do.
Actually, the crystal in his chest prevents the contamination. I've seen him go waist deep in contaminated sludge and not even get a sniffle.
I guess it's very convenient to have that type of help out in the city. That makes sense. What about the others? The dwarf?
a dwarf of Glimmer. Apparently with a debt to pay.
Hmm. What's his name?
That Kolabati was was like, I'm sure Black Dick Bell has probably given you that name.
Say that again.
I'm sure Mel has given you that particular name.
Maybe he has. But Mel is also known to sprinkle a lot of lies in with the truth.
Well, in that case, I will confirm that he is a gold bound.
And the half-orc, that is the son of the steward.
He is.
She nods, almost kind of impressed at this little makeup. The redheaded one, Alice?
The niece of the dwarf. Don't ask me how that particular family dynamic worked. Apparently, she was betrothed to Orion Jones.
What do you know about him?
Well, I know he's no longer amongst the living, unless they delivered his body to his family. They may have paid to have it brought back, but who knows?
You conveniently avoided saying you killed him, right?
Well,
Look, how we're going to work together if we can't be honest with each other. I killed a lot of people. Just throwing that out there.
as have I.
That's the way the world goes, I guess.
Yes, and yes, he was killed by his fiancée. He's actually rather proud of that fact.
Roll me an insight. She just gives you a weird look when you say that. Just a few more things. Since we're being honest, from what I understand, Caspia paid somewhere near 20 to 40,000 gold for his body.
I guess that means the queen has quite the purse.
That means the queen. Say that again. What? You sound a bit muddy. I'm sorry.
That must mean the queen has quite the purse.
Caspia does have quite the purse.
Not the queen I was referring to.
Nobles like that die under circumstances like the ones we're talking about, it's not easily forgotten. They will probably end up paying another few thousand gold to dredge his soul back up to speak on the things that he may have saw.
Like I said, they received his body. A decent contribution to Illyria. May bring life back to it.
Okay. Well, let's get back to focusing on the real thing that matters, the truth, which is until someone takes the reins of controlling Westamar, nothing in these lands can be really enforced. And I say that because your mother has worked a lot to ensure that your family is integrated into the most powerful families of Westamar to date. But it means nothing if Drannsmund doesn't hold any official power. Think about it this way, Kolabati. You can be court mage of Westamar. When's the last time have we seen... Now, I granted, your powers are different from those of the Academy, but in the new world that we're going into, those rules can be fudged a bit more, especially in rebuilding a nation. But think about it. What country would have a court mage that can dive into the memories and histories of people that the Academy, that the church thought to erase through the miracle? Think of the secrets that can be revealed, things lost that we can find, like we're trying to do right now. Think about how the elves, Aladria, can show the world they're more than a forgotten people. They're people that can bring this new nation forward. Imagine Aladria, my father, our family, Drannsmund, working close together. Imagine new elven townships and places that are safe, of course, after the church cleans up Drakkenheim. She stops and looks at you long. Do you say anything at that?
Can you repeat that last part?
She says that after the last part I said was like after the Academy cleans up Drakkenheim. Imagine the possibilities.
I am considering that. I am also concerned the fact that we do need to begin that cleanup. And also the fact that we are also looking at the fact there is an occupying army on the doorstep.
The Silver Order will heed the rule of the new monarch. Don't worry about that. We need them to recognize the new monarch. And for Illyria's sake, they know that too. They don't want to take over Westamar. I mean, it's impossible. I mean, it's a huge place. You know, they want to work with lords and families that understand the new stakes and the new world. And lords that will understand that, yes, delirium, this contamination needs to be cleaned up. Something needs to be done about it.
And they
We
want to work with
understand
an
that.
ability that has the coin to fund their research.
Coin to fund their research?
Correct.
It was hard to understand what you were saying there.
They want to work with nobility that has the coin to fund their research.
Yes, true. Fund their research, yes. All I'm saying is focus on your people, right? The church, all of that, that's already been settled. All we need is something official to lay down the past and to start something new. But I'm telling you this, Kolabati, because I care about you. Being out here is insane. I don't wish anything bad to happen to you. Or your people, for that matter. Imagine what happens to the elves if there is no lords or no Drannsmund to vouch for them. What then? What happens if, all the care that your family put into you doesn't result into anything? How does that look to my father? It looks like wasted effort. And I can tell you one thing about my father is that he's a man that does not like to waste his time and his effort. I would hate to see you go wayward and go do something else. And at the end, people lose faith in you. And then they lose faith maybe in your family. Then maybe they lose faith in the elves, she says, kind of sitting forward. You have faith in your people, right?
Always.
Good. Good. Because if you didn't care, then, well, I hate to see what that bodes for Eladria in the long term. Anyway, I'll be here for another week or so. Then I have some other things I need to go ahead and attend to. But now that I have your conversation that we're still doing this, well, even though I haven't seen you in a while and you've been making some progress, I'll be back. But for now, if you need me over the next few days, you know where to find me.
And I have ways to contact you when I find anything of significance.
And if there's anything else you want to discuss too, your family, let me know. Any messages you would like to send?
Not at this time. Maybe in the future.
Okay. Great. She gives you a thin smile and she stands up. She goes to the door and she opens it. Hopefully I didn't keep you too long. You'll be able to catch up with your friends.
Oh, I'm sure there's a grand argument happening at the watchtower. She puts her ear out and it just twitches. In fact, I think I can already hear it starting.
All right. Your people
Did
depend
the
on
first
you,
thing?
Kolabati. Your people depend on you. Don't forget that.
Oh, I know. I am well aware of that.
She gives you a sharp, almost suspicious, slightly malevolent look. She goes, "Do you know?"
I'm Shadak Kai. I know.
She lets you leave, and then the door shuts behind you. All right. Meanwhile, back at the watchtower. All of you sit in this, pretty cozy mess hall area of the watchtower. Most of the tables and stuff are free. You can hear some of the other soldiers in other places of this watchtower kind of reverbing, echoing out through the stone walls. Some are still practicing here out in the yard. Captain Raine Highlash, she kind of pushes out a chair and she puts one foot up on it, and then she rests her elbows on her knee. She kind of looks at all of you. She says, "Well, I spoke with Marshall. We have about a month, maybe a little bit less, before the siege."
And I'll make a note, Brent. But just before Rain was having this conversation, a few hand gestures came between Loey and Bati, or Loey and Annie, and Loey pats his tobacco pouch. And I think Annie's blushing a bit.
Yeah, and she's got her arms crossed, looking a little pissed off. But she would, as soon as Highlash would have started talking, she would have shaken that off. A month?
Maybe a little bit sooner if everything goes according to plan. They seem to have some other issues they're worrying about here at the moment. But yes, we're scheduled for at the end of the month to go ahead and start the siege. If it will happen earlier, everyone will be notified as such and arrangements will be made. Marshall does want to meet the commander beforehand, though. A couple days or so out. She smiles at that, thinking about that idea.
I think I would love to listen in on those two. That'll be an interesting conversation.
Well, you're scheduled to be there. You are supposed to be the linchpin here and getting the gates open at Temple's Gate for this pincher to happen. Marshall agreed to the terms of resources and rations and whatnot until then. Although, he said we'll go ahead and offer a loan to us on that account. She shrugs.
Yeah.
Those things are easily dismissed if things go the way they think.
Exactly. That's why I was surprised they did a loan when they're not even expecting us to, any of us live through it.
At some point, Marshall will come down to Shepherd's Gate and meet with the commander there, assuming the commander wants to go ahead and do such a thing. If not, then it'll probably be the captain's meeting to go ahead and finalize the plans. But I think he will show up. If anything, just to go ahead and show the rest of the soldiers here that there's nothing to fear these folks.
Yeah.
Drakkenheim is still ours.
Are you feeling more solid with the plans that now that you've had some part in it, or are you still a little unsure?
I feel more solid in the plans.
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
Because there's other people like kind of around us. That's why I was like, right, like we're
Mhm.
not 100% alone in here. Okay, that's why I
Yeah.
was kind of not being too wordy. Yeah, 17.
Let's see. Oh, that's fine. Here we go. Mm-hmm. She thumbs her nose when she says it. But she has a really strong poker face. She just looks at you dead in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
She says, tomorrow I'll be leaving back for the garrison with all of the paperwork and additional plans here to go ahead and start working things out.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
That's it.
She nods.
So when you leave here, who holds command over the watchtower?
The highest ranking hooded lantern, whoever that may be.
What? Taqren?
Hmm?
Taqren? I mean, he's here, and he...
Taqren will be going back with me. You see, he kind of shifts in his seat. He goes, I believe Slovak is up for switch out, so he should be up here next. Sten usually goes on to the camps out in the woods, but sometimes he comes up to the watchtower. Now that we're down another captain, usually duties just goes to the next person who's highest rank or has been the longest, so...
Yeah.
You
How
found
do you
anybody
run in-
then? Oh, sorry, Eddie. You go ahead. I
No,
was just
go.
making gossip.
No. You're just making gossip? Well, okay. How often do you find that somebody here is not themselves and their face is being worn by one of the Queen's men? Or is that just a thing that happens back at the garrison?
I haven't heard of this happening at the garrison, nor have I heard of it happening here. Although I do know that the Queen's Men has a bunch of spies and whatnot about.
You haven't caught any of them?
Here and there
You.
we've caught spies and stuff, but in the garrison? She shakes her head, no.
Do you think they're there?
I guess there's a possibility.
I mean,
It's
do
not a
you
big
think
concern.
they're there?
She sighs heavily. If you think I think personally that there's spies inside of the garrison, no, I don't.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah.
And while
Okay.
Alice has not been quiet about this part of the conversation, she actually, if anything, got a little loud. Can I do a perception check to see if anybody who's in this room with us is maybe looking a little nervous or like it caught their attention any sort of way, you know?
Sure, I'll say there's only one person in here as we see. Raw, two.
Oh.
These two folks, they're watching your conversation, but you know, I mean, they're keeping their mouth shut. But yeah, you can roll insight. If you want.
I rolled a 20, Brent, but I posted it in Gen Chat. I don't know why it's not coming up. It's these stupid digital dice, I think.
Yeah, it's the update since the 24th. They're working on it.
Mm.
Can you turn it off? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, the instructions are on there.
I'm using a local
That thing I
version
posted.
of 20 Beyond or D&D Beyond or whatever it is. So I'm not experiencing that at the moment. But
I haven't had the issue, but other people I've
Yeah.
played with have. So
all right. So you rolled a 20, and this was for an insight.
Mm-hmm. I want to know if she does she know more? Is she being fidgety or suspicious or overly calm when I ask her if she thinks that there are people that have inserted themselves into the garrison, which would indicate, maybe she knows more than she's letting on.
She does seem a bit irritated. I guess maybe unusually so with a 20 insight. But
Okay.
you don't get a sense like she knows more than she's saying per se. But she does seem to be like kind of irritated at this deep
question?
dive into her personal feelings about the matter.
Okay. Yeah, she's more mad that I'm asking the question than that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Particular of her, it seems like.
Well, what about a new captain? Have they found anybody to replace Ansem?
She shakes her head. Recruitment has been at an all-time low. She raises her eyebrows at you. Things are dismal.
Pretty fucking dire.
It is.
Well, you got 2 more recruits here, and he looks between Torren and Addie.
All of you have been capable. I must confess to that.
We'll kill those Garby are dead. I'm not worried about that.
Well, I'm gonna get some rest before I leave. I'm glad all of you are okay. I will see you at the garrison at some point. She gives all of you a nod, and then you see she just dismisses herself.
I also kind of look back between Loey and Torren, and that's not her typical attitude.
What you thinking, lass?
Not just that. Either she's tired as shit, or something else is really off. She's never looked at me and not sneered.
Well, she never liked the plan. Ever.
Hey, Taqren says to you, Torren. Let's go up to the top of the watchtower. I want to talk with you a bit. You may be muted, Torren. Yes.
Come back, Kev.
I am in fact muted. Yes. Torren will look at him. It's like nod with a nod. It's like, all right, lead the way.
He'll go ahead and take you down a hallway and open a door leading into the first level of the tower itself that's connected to the Hooded Lantern Watchtower here. And then you see a circular steps go up. He takes the steps up to the second floor, where you see that there is pretty much an armory here. A bunch of different weapons. I'll go ahead and move you. I gotcha.
Yep.
A bunch of different weapons of, shields, armor, all the stuff you can go ahead and think that maybe the watchtower or a guard here would need. There's nothing really sophisticated up here, but everything is kind of neatly organized and, devoid of dust and whatnot. When you come up here, he doesn't go all the way to the top of the tower, but just kind of pulls you into this chamber, moving you away from the stairwell. Do you want to do this privately, or should we continue on here?
I think I'll do the same as Body. I think we can do this here.
Okay. Taqren turns and looks at you. You can see, kind of fear in his eyes and in his face. When I first got up here, I sent notice back to Kesselholm.
And have they responded?
He nods. He swallows hard and he goes, Kesselholm believes the commander's gone rogue.
What do you mean by that?
Rickard is on his way. They're going to strip him of his position and take over. He comes up, he goes, we need to find the steward's seal before he gets here. If we don't have that, we're worthless.
And what do you think's gonna happen?
What do you think's gonna happen? We'll be lined up and shot. Or dismissed to some back road town, and maybe on the way they'll go ahead and slit our throats. Or maybe we'll get sent back to Kesselholm, and as soon as we get there, the dungeons under the castle there will be the place we rest. Mother, she's even worse from what I understand. Maybe they'll just get rid of her. All three of us. That's what will happen.
That's not what I meant. What do you think happens when we find it and Rickard gets here?
We have it.
What happens when we find it?
Well, we keep that information to ourselves. I mean, we must. And then, when Rickard gets here, we meet him before he shows up to the garrison. Because we're loyal to the Duchess. We're loyal to Kesselholm. And if Kesselholm needs Rickard to be here, then I guess so be it. But if we don't get on the right side of this, I've seen, you don't understand, I've seen rangers with silver-tipped arrows pelt this man like a pincushion. I've seen an axe cleave into his gut. And the blade, where it should cleave him like in half, barely gets into his skin. The silver arrows do nothing to him. Soon as you pull it out, it immediately heals. Now, I know the legends with the commander, but I haven't seen nothing like that with him. Matter of fact, since we've been here, I've rarely seen the commander even put himself in danger. I hear all of these tales about him on the front lines and stuff in the previous expedition campaigns, but I haven't seen any of that now. What if he is just a drunk and he's lost it? When Rickard shows up here, who I know will heal of anything, I guess short of his head being taken off maybe? What if the commander's not up to the task for standing for these people? And you know what? Maybe he shouldn't be. These are the Hooded Lanterns.
These are what?
They're soldiers of Westamar and the family that rules Westamar. And that, right now, is the Duchess back in Kesselholm. Right?
Taqren. Wait, actually, before that, I want to ask you something, Brent.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing this and knowing what I know now,
Mm-hmm.
could I roll maybe a history? Have I ever seen Rickard Steelfang ever go willingly into direct sunlight? In the times I have seen him, trained with him.
Yes,
probably...
you have. But roll me a history, because that's a good skill check to roll in this case here for other reasons. But yeah, go ahead. You, when you were younger, heard legends of werewolves and monstrous wolves that roamed the forests of Kesselholm.
Sorry, hold on. You know what? I want this to work. I'm going to use my inspiration to roll with it, roll
Okay.
again and take higher. Sorry about that, Brent.
Do it, Ken.
Yeah.
You've got this. Go well.
Oh my
Yikes.
gosh.
You what you know is one that there's legends, just like Vlad being a vampire is a legend. People don't really care as much as if it's true or not because it's just such old lore. Maybe in a similar way, you've heard things about this Rickard Steelfan, that this person's been around for a very long time, and you've heard that he's a werewolf and he's cursed, but the reason why he was not slain in Kesselholm when they were purging the werewolves is because he offered to give his allegiance, his life, to Kesselholm, and serve them. And so he must have been spared at some point, or maybe elevated through position since then. You don't know all the details, but you do know that there was a purge of werewolves, and Rickard, I guess maybe left a werewolf clan or somehow, but switched his allegiance to Kesselholm. You know those details.
Okay. And then we meet and we give it to them, and she gives it to the Duchess. And then what happens to our family then? We get a land back that she can barely keep as it's being bought out from under her. She suddenly becomes queen and suddenly becomes benevolent.
Why wouldn't she?
Why would she? Or have you not even entertained the fact that the reason our mother is currently in her condition might have something to do with her?
Maybe it does.
I know what she had you do. You're gonna tell me that doesn't sit wrong with you at all. Especially when she was parading Mannheim about in her home with all those weapons, her little retinue, and a malfeasant mage.
It seems like you forgot what Mother's told us. We fought for this. Our family, our small family, to get here. Why give it all up? Yes, I had to do things. Just like you had to do things. It's not our station to think about whether the queen or king is going to be benevolent or nice or not. We don't have the luxury of deciding that.
Taqren, you call him a drunk, but do you think he doesn't know?
I think he knows that you and I are still loyal to Kesselholm.
Yes. And you know, and you have to know what he asked of me when I talked to him last.
Just ask
Look,
yourself,
I'm gonna-
does it matter?
No, Taqren. This is not. This is.
Well, what do you want to
and
do?
me. This is not you and me. This is not about Kesselholm. This is you and me right now. He is going to kill you.
The commander?
Yes, he knows. And he's not, and he's sick of it.
Wait, what do you
You
mean
keep
he
saying
knows?
he's
You mean
on
you told
road.
him everything?
He told me. He told me to pick. And I asked him, begged him to talk to you before he did anything else. You said it before, dragged it out into the street, your throat slit. That's going to be you soon. You are playing both sides of Kesselholm and Westermar, and he is finally sick and tired of you.
That's why we need to get the seal.
The seal isn't going to save you.
What do you mean it's not
This isn't
gonna
about
save
the seal right now. This is about you. Do you think I want to? I don't want to see my brother die. What part is fighting for our family if you aren't there?
So what are you saying?
There's no family.
You're gonna side
There's no
with him?
family with.
That's it. You've already made a decision. Because the answer to this is we get the seal, we keep it. They kill us. Nobody knows where it's at. They wouldn't do that. But you've made up your mind. You think You think the commander's gonna protect you? Too?
No.
Then we've already met our bed and we have to lie in it. We get to the sealed. We approach Rickard. We get on the right side. You have a good relationship with him all of a sudden. Why don't you just tell him I've switched? He's not a cleric. He's not gonna be able to go ahead and read my mind. I would do it if I was you.
Years.
If you were me and I was you, I would have told the commander that yes, Torren is loyal.
Taqren.
And I would have kept that lie up.
Taqren. You've known him for years, longer than I have. You know that's not going to change his mind.
Then what you're telling me, it's already written. And it already has been. If you think he's gonna... Unless our bond is not what I thought it was. If you think he's just gonna kill me...
ever question that. If our bond wasn't what it was, if I'd truly chosen that side, I would have thrown you off this tower immediately.
Shh.
Never question that.
Shh, okay, shh. All I'm saying is that if I was you, I would have said that my brother, I would have said whatever I needed to in order to keep things moving until you and I were out of danger. If that's telling him that we're loyal and everything,
Taqren,
and
I
so
did.
what?
I said you were loyal. I vouched for you. This isn't a negotiation anymore. This isn't him having an odd thought of his head. This was an ultimatum.
Okay, it was an ultimatum. And what's the ultimatum? Torren, tell me.
That if you continue going, very soon he's going to label you a traitor and have you dragged out and killed.
But you just said it was going to happen anyway.
Yes, that's the thing. There's no telling him you're loyal. He doesn't going to listen to me.
Okay, then what do you want to do now? He's not going to listen to me. You're saying he's going to go ahead and kill me as soon as the chance is...
Then you
he
need
gets.
to go.
Go?
Listen. Avoid Rickard. Go back. Take the long road if you have to, but go home to Mother. And if they ask, tell them, I think I found it.
What do you mean you think you found it?
I think I know where it is.
Where?
There were some signs. We got to the clock tower. We were able to take it back. There was where Dad was doing the research. If what I found there is to be believed, it might be in our own home.
Okay.
But I don't. But that's the thing. I don't think you're going to survive long enough for that. Not with this. Not with the invasion happening.
Torren, I'm not going to go home and stand in front of Mother while she's dying as a coward. You know you wouldn't do the same either.
I wouldn't, but
we can do this. Don't push me out. I know you're... Look, I've already told you some of the stuff I've seen. Before getting here in Kesselholm and now at Drakkenheim, I'm fine. We can do this. We can keep it up long enough to when Rickard gets here. And then we go. We take the seal, we take it back to Kesselholm, and it's over.
But it wouldn't.
Or are you worried about something else? Because guess who's wearing a green cloak? That lady downstairs who keeps looking at me because she wants to kill me. Was she there for this conversation?
No.
You see, he relaxes with that.
Alice is not particularly fond of you, but she's not fond of a lot of people.
It's because she's insane.
No,
Think about it. We're here for real reasons. We have relations to the crown, the lords, and stuff, and she's just another one of these. Why is she here? See, you don't even know, and that's a problem.
Not my place. That's not my place to say. Would you tell a random That's not my place. She has her reason to be here, like everyone has their reason.
You don't think she will kill you?
No, I'm sure if the situation came down to it, she would kill me. Again, that's
you can't choose your family, your nation. No, what am I saying? You can't choose them over your family and your nation. Us. That's what it looks like you're doing. Look, he's gonna be here in a couple 10 days before the siege. We gotta get the seal before then. I'm supposed to be waiting to hear back to where we need to meet him. This is beyond us. When Rickard gets here, we need to know our place. It's gonna take the whole garrison to destroy this man, if it's even possible.
If he gets here, it's over. You realize that?
Well, he's coming. I think I heard something about, I don't know, some old lore about him. Some special way to hurt him. I don't know.
Listen, hey, come on, you can tell me.
I'm not sure if it's even true. I don't know if it's true. I don't know.
At least just to get it out of your head. Come on.
Certain type. I tell you this, so you think you're going to run off and be able to kill him? It's still not going to happen.
You kidding? We both know what he is.
I just heard that it's a specific type of silver that needs to hurt him. But I don't know what that type of silver is. Old people would know stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe the commander knows.
If he could be brought to care enough.
Are you going to tell him this?
He already knows Rickard's coming.
Does he?
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to believe you when you say that. He folds his arms.
So out of character, he did. I don't remember. Is it because I think he does know at this point.
There was speculation that he would come per se, but I don't know.
He expects it, Torren. He just doesn't know when. He doesn't have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he doesn't know the specifics. Yeah.
Okay, so what I said is fine. Okay.
You're gonna tell him?
Again, he doesn't know when. He has no idea idea if he's bringing it. He has no idea the specifics, but he suspects. He knows the Duchess. He knows what she plans.
If everything you said is true, and you tell him that Rickard is coming, what do you think he's going to do to you? You already said what he's going to do to me.
I know.
No one can know about this. And you need to get your friends on board with us going to our father's house and finding the seal. We need to get that.
Taqren, I need you to listen. Listen to me real quick. I learned something. I don't think us doing this is gonna make anything better.
He looks around at that and kind of blinks.
The Duchess. She's not human.
I know.
You know.
He steps away from you. How can I not know, Torren? I don't know what she is, but yeah, she's not human.
Bren. What did she do?
I just remembered last time I was home. I went and visited Mother in her chambers, see if she was okay. Early in the morning, and she was unconscious, asleep. I can tell that there were like bite marks, lacerations on her. While you were gone, reading books, I had to stay in my chambers knowing that something was happening to her. But if we have the seal, she can change it. Constance, the Duchess. She can make her whole again.
Sorry. Taqren. He won't.
When are we gonna go?
Our mother isn't sick. She's a hostage.
Well, how are we gonna free her then, Torren? The seal.
I don't.
That's all we've got. It's the only thing that's left. Maybe we get the seal, and then we think about what we do next. Maybe we don't give it to Rickard. We don't give it to the commander. Both of them don't care about our family. Maybe we do something else.
There might be something else.
But I don't know. Rickard is expecting us. Us. I called you here to find the seal with me. When he arrives, he expects us to tell him what's going on and to bring something worthwhile. If we don't do that, look, I'm going to the garrison tomorrow. I'm going to wait on you. Because I still trust you, brother, that you're going to come with me and we're going to go get this seal. And I hope we get it together instead of I bringing it to you, wherever it's found. It has to be done before a couple weeks from now. We need to go back downstairs. Your friend with the red hair, she's going to be suspicious.
Right? Just listen. It's dangerous for you here in Drakkenheim with the lanterns. I don't know what it'll change, but you need to be as loyal and helpful as possible. Your position is already at the edge of a cliff. If you have any feeling that they're going to kill you, run and hide if you need to. Just...
I will.
Okay.
I know you have my back, and I have yours. Right?
Yeah. Gonna make it through this.
Yeah. He sighs heavily, but then he marches to go return back to the others.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
There's one more thing I need to tell you. There's something else.
He stops and
This is not-
turns.
Close the door, please.
He comes over to you. He shuts the door.
While at the tower, where I got the hint, one of the reasons I found out is because I found an old recording. Do you remember our father's assistant?
He thinks. Yes, a young lady. She came and she had dinner with us a few times. Yeah.
There was a recording. The owner of the clock tower had some mechanical devices, and I was able to find a recording on one of them. The day it happened, when Mom took us away, she went to him asking for help. She said that father had gone to the castle to warn the king of it. You remember he was delirious and having visions before it happened.
Yeah. I remember.
She said that while he was there, he was taken and incarcerated. I don't know why.
But you said it may be. But how then? How did the seal get back home? If it's there, is it still in the castle?
He gave her the seal, and she said that she had hidden it in the old home before she came here because she was being chased by guards.
You see, he nods at that.
But I don't know why this happened. Maybe there'll be some records for it in the home, but I thought you needed to know. And if our father is anywhere, it's there.
You see, he nods. Should have said that from the beginning.
I was a bit more concerned about the possibility of you dying. Sorry about my priorities, I guess.
There's hope.
Yeah,
When? When are we going?
I need to talk with my group. We just got back and things are crazy, but I've already discussed a expedition going out there. Another member of our group, Tino, she has a brother that we're heading out with too. We might be able to make it one trip, go there, and then head to our place after we drop them off.
Okay. Look.
I promise you this, when we go to our home, you will come with me. I'm not leaving you out of this.
Well, you have a couple 10 day to get it together. I would expect to see you at the garrison before then, so we can go.
It should hopefully not take that long. Until I see. All right, we're gonna head down. Don't worry, I'll make sure my friend doesn't bite you too hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust her if I was you. She wears a green cloak. She would tell the commander everything. But he goes back downstairs. And with that,
yeah,
Kolabati.
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry, just like he doesn't immediately follow by himself, just like a big sigh, like yeah, tell everything.
Excellent roleplay. Taking inspiration again. That was great.
That was amazing. Kudos, man.
Juice, man.
Kolabati, you return. You know, you see Ron standing outside of the watchtower. I don't know if you want to do anything here at this moment, but go ahead.
Everything okay?
Old family business. Maybe I'll like take a next to you.
Said family business.
Ron just nods. Looks up to see if they'll let us in to go join the rest of the party.
The door is unlocked. If you go in, Kolabati, you see these hood lancers are still standing there, tending to the horses, but they just look at Ron. They don't really look at you too much as you walk in.
Mm-hmm. If I use the lizard as a distraction.
Ron, do you come in or you stay outside?
Yeah, I go in. I had time while I was out there to reaffix the harness, prosthetic, etc., to make sure everything's
okay.
hunky-dory.
Excellent.
So
gotcha.
I only had like 2 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah. You put it back together. They don't give you any more staring glares. Before you come in, though, I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, never mind.
No,
all right,
go for it.
No, it's all
Well,
good.
if you don't kidnap me, I'm good.
No, you're fine. You're right. Everything's fine. All of you come back together here, and Taqren comes in and goes, "It's good to see the knife bites again here, and I'm glad you guys handled whatever the hell was going on outside." He just then awkwardly leaves.
Oh, well. All right. See you later, lad. Good luck.
Okay.
Give the captain our best. Shouts after him.
Well, all right. What does the knife bites do now?
All right, you guys have a pleasant conversation?
Did you?
No.
Or is that for later?
No, not really.
All right.
Well, I'd say if we're all together, I'd say the next thing we need to do is the Red Lion. We have a package to deliver. We have a package we might want to deliver. And
Yeah,
Right.
and then we need to go see if we can get into Caravan Court. Because I know Bati was getting supplies. Yep.
Plus,
Yep.
we have some things to sell, and
things to pick
I
up.
mean, Ron, I don't want to ruffle any more feathers or bloody them. Maybe it would be a good idea if I don't go with you all to the farm. Just thinking
I
out loud.
100% agree.
You might not be their favorite person at the moment, to be honest.
I think that's fair. I can go about Caravan Court and selling the rest of our goods we have from our adventures and cut you all in when you get back. Where would you like to meet up?
Well, your peeps are at the Red Lion, so is that not for your? It's not for all our benefits that you at least join us there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna handle River, but I figure afterwards, aren't you all going to head out to the farm to
I need to
speak
go
an
to
hour with
Caravan as well. Like
Okay,
Torren,
so
I have something on hold with Aldor that I need to get before
Me as
they
well.
close.
So you want me to
So-
wait at the Red Lion for you all for when you get back from the farm?
Wherever if they'll allow you in, unlike last time, as long as
Shh,
wherever
trying
it's
to
safe.
say right. Oh, please.
So yes, that's a good point to bring up. So as you guys leave the watchtower and decide in a second here where exactly you're going next, um so you know,
Who should approach?
well, as you guys are walking, the adventurers are around here in Amberwood in general, everybody kind of looks at you guys curiously. Well, some also with suspicion. I guess the glares are a mixed bag. But what you do know is that you do have notoriety considering the looks you're getting. And but the adventurers in Amberwood maybe don't seem to mind as too much, I'll give you. I mean, you guys may be good folks to trade with, considering your notoriety.
The heat has died a little since the last time we were here, both literally and
Yeah.
figuratively.
And if you think about it too, maybe you think that, well, if people see you as like quote unquote powerful or strong adventurer, that must mean you find some good shit in Drakkenheim, which means, there's you may have some good shit on you you're willing to go ahead and sell. But anyway, the point is that haggling is under normal mechanics now. And if you go by Caravan Court, you see Orson Fairweather's trades there with their armored wagons and flatbeds and stacks of metal crates. These are the people that you sold delirium to. If you remember, Orson here, let's see.
Gave us 65% on all delirium sales.
Yeah, this guy here. Yeah. He gives you a glare that's very distrusting. You get a sense that he's probably still doing delirium at 2/3 the value. You recall being banned from the Bark and Buzzard, the Gilded Lily, and the Red Lion Hotel that you probably can't get rooms there. But Stavros seemed to be more than willing to talk with you guys if you visit.
And do business because he still wants the paintings that we
True.
That we
If
have.
we're
He is a collector, yes. So that's what just off the bat, as a reminder of some of the mechanics that's changed. So you guys are going to Caravan Court, then the Red Lion, or are you going to the Red Lion?
Doing Red Lion to talk to River, and then
Do you want to do the court first? Is it right there?
I'm fine doing the
We
court
can.
first.
Actually, yeah, we could probably do the court first, and then we can then split up if we need to with the Red Lion and the farm.
I can get the coin into your pockets faster if I take care of all the selling in Caravan Court. Though I'll admit, there are a few particular art pieces that I think the Red Lion will buy, like that music box, or those, or that portrait of Castle Drakken. I think you might like those.
Actually, quick question. So, did we sell delirium to
the dwarves at the Scar?
To the dwarves. All the delirium that we have is gone at this point.
So how much was that, and how much was it per person? Because I don't think I've been seeing it.
If you haven't written it down, it's under the
That was
sell
so
thing.
stupid.
I don't know why you're gigantic. Yeah.
It's
775 gold per person for all the delirium we've had from before we went to the Harpy Nest in the market.
Okay.
All the way to now. That's
All right, I
literally gonna be
don't
called.
think I wasn't there, so I don't think I added it. So add.
No, but he put it in treasure channel for you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm seeing it. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Okay.
You
Well,
guys
we-
come into the chaos of Caravan Court. People are all about doing all types of things. It's loud, it's noisy, it's grimy. You guys pass the Coppers, which are the bank of Geltstad. They still have their paddy wagon out back, and you see that there looks to be I don't have it on here, but a line of people looking to speak with good old Jason Beaumont here. But you don't see him
That
outside.
shark.
Yeah. They're still there. Fairweather Trades I pointed out. And the rest of Caravan Court looks pretty much as you remembered. Just you guys get more looks per se as you guys move around this dusty place. So yeah, where are you guys going?
Well, Ron and I are going to
Aldor-
Aldor to pick up our orders.
Does he
Yeah,
buy?
I'm gonna go there too.
Does he buy gems, Brent? If they're material components for spells, potentially.
1 second, I can see here. Let
We got
me.
gems to sell that I could.
Yeah,
sell to
and
him.
Ku had
I
asked
think
me.
gems
when
are
she
just
was-
general trade goods, so
We buy
Ku
it.
had asked me when she told me she wasn't coming, or I don't know if she said anything to you too, Brent. She said Tina would be looking to buy diamonds.
No. So okay.
I-
That's. Let's see here.
And she sent me how much money she has. So
Did she?
Yeah,
she
she's
had
trying to get
because she was
two-
here last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
she's
okay,
trying.
so
Yeah,
got-
she's trying to get two revivifies worth. So yeah, those are the three. That's the 300 one.
yeah,
All
the
right.
base 300 diamond.
Yeah. So yeah, you step up to Aldor's place. His massive wagon. The guards, the silent guards, are still outside. You come in, and he's still sitting exactly where you left him, almost looking exactly the same. Although the interior of the wagon, like all the items he has, it's like all different. It looks like he remodeled almost.
You redecorated.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I'm gonna
the-
ask for rolls for all that, by the way. Give you the heads up.
Understood. But yeah, you guys march in, and yeah, he clasps his hands together, and he goes, well, is it not the knife bites, the most infamous adventurers or explorers of Drakkenheim, cottage burners, minotaur slayers? Yes.
Well,
As well
you
as a
know-
couple other things, yes.
You know what
Minus
they say,
the cottage
Aldor.
burners.
Lord
That-
killers.
Well, you know what they say, Aldor. If you can't be loved, you might as well be feared, right?
I love that saying. Yes. It has a way of clearing the mind, making you focus on what matters the most. But yes. He looks at Torren, Ron. You see, he looks at the crystal. He looks at the crystal. I mean, it's hidden. His eyes fall in that direction, and he just stares a long time. But then just looks at you and smiles while he's chewing on his pipe. I
At least my gold
believe
still good. We're good. That's what Ron says, noticing his gaze.
you read my mind, Ron. So, and at this moment is where I go through here and jog my memory on all this shit. Let me see.
Goggles a night
Okay.
for Ron. 50% down was 300.
Yep,
So how much
50%
was
down.
300?
An additional 300.
Yep, and I think Gauntlets of Oak was the Gauntlets of
Gauntlets
Ogre
of
Strength.
Overpower.
for-
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. And I can. Do you know offhandedly how much the cost of that I gave you? I could look it up. But if
I
you have it
think-
off the jump, that's nice.
I think you were gonna roll the cost when. I don't think you rolled the cost at the time. I think you were gonna roll
Oh,
when
hold on.
he actually came in, if I remember correctly, but I might be wrong.
You've
I can
already
find it.
paid him 500 GP.
Yeah, I know you
total
paid
for
money.
that
500
overpower.
GP down payment.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I don't know what percentage of the base cost would be.
One
But it'll be
second.
taken off if he's holding it.
Yeah. Let me just get to this.
Also, I can add all this stuff to the Aldor the Immense store page. Let me go do that. I love these
Go
things.
back here.
Here it is.
Here. Oh. Uh, 500. Goggles. Oh, okay, here he is. Alright, here we are. And, okay. Yep, 500 down. Okay. Yep, 300. Got it. All right. So yes, you owe 500 more gold pieces
Okay.
and 300 gold for the goggles of the night for Ron.
All right.
And as far as items, spell components, Aldor, he has material components for spells 5th level and lower. So,
He does have diamonds.
He would have diamonds for you. You see, he makes a fist and he hits a drawer next to him, like on a table, and it pops open. And it has like a bunch of gems and diamonds and stuff in them.
So I'll say that for Ku that Tinu got 2 diamonds, and I'll put it in the treasure channel and ping her.
Yes.
That she got them from Eldor then? Okay. Alright.
All right. So now we get into shopping.
Yeah.
Let's.
Brent, real quick.
Inventory.
Does he want to buy 100 GP worth of random gems we found that might or may not be spell components? Would you be interested in that? Trying to offload the art objects we have.
He doesn't seem interested in it. He looks at the diamonds you have that are dirty and grimy from Drakkenheim, and he gestures to his drawer of like items and stuff. He goes, "Maybe another day, when demand increases and supplies run low."
Makes sense. The other 2 things he might be interested in, we have a ring that glimmers, and I think that's technically a common magic item, worth 25 GP.
I don't think did Kalina have that? Oh no, it's just a regular item. It's just a okay. It's not the ring that she found in the marketplace.
Speaking of that, she gave us the ring. I thought we said we could have that ring. It was the one that was found on the finger. We would have identified
in the
that
market
by now.
district.
What is that?
Okay.
It's the ring of clothes.
Let me
because we identified everything.
Gotcha. But he will take the ring. He'll take. You can sell that ring to him. He's fine on that. And well, the other ring that Loey's talking about, that's just a glimmering kind of ring. That's fine. Yep. He'll take the ring. All
right.
Let's see here, and now the other ring.
Oh, and the last thing is a silver raven figurine worth 50 GP. If he's interested, it's a cool, neat little art object.
He'll take it, but you can tell he seems bored with these objects. You get a sense that there's probably other sellers that will probably take it. Probably Stavros would take these, but he'll take it off of you. And let's see. All right, I gotta get back here.
That's I'll write in the treasure channel. That's 13 GP for everybody for the art. I'll wait actually. I'll wait till we talk to Stavros.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Markets Square. Okay.
And while Brent's doing that, I do want to ask everybody a question. Before we had gotten in, Ron would have asked if anybody wanted to put in for spell components for the Purge contamination spell.
Yeah, like Torren has some. Well, Torren would put some money in there for that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you identify this ring?
I thought we were
We were
identifying
identifying when we did Oscar Yorin stuff. We were identifying
Oh,
that
okay.
item.
I
That
would.
was the
I
first
would
time
have.
we
Yeah.
had a
Okay,
chance.
no problem. All right. Well, you remind yourselves what you identified, and
Because that's like when we identified the spell scrolls and the potions from Oscar Yorin's place.
yeah.
You go all that cool stuff.
Good. Oh, I linked it. Oh my god. I thank you, past Brent. Okay. It is. So when you look at this ring, yeah, it's gold, but it looks like it has like some type of sheen, maybe an epoxy or some type of resin over it, and embedded in the resin looks to be little roots or tendrils of plants on this thing, and it is a charm in the
Okay.
form of a ring. So there you go. That's what that is. All right. Now, if you want to try to sell that to him, let me know. But let's get back to. All right. Oh, okay. As you guys begin to glare, oh, no, you cannot see my secrets. That was on the wrong screen. Let's see here.
Wait, come back. I forgot to write stuff.
All right. Okay, let's see what we got here. Somebody, somebody roll me a D10, a D8, and a D6.
I'll take the 6.
Did the 10.
I
And
did
then,
the 8.
okay, then somebody roll me a percentile.
I guess Shane rolled the percentile.
You got it.
Or
Here we go.
Lati. Yeah.
What? Chow. 55.
Okay.
55.
All right. So, let's see here. As you guys, and I'm gonna have to go down the list here, so just give me a second. You go through the scrolls that this guy has neatly stacked in some bins. All of them have like a little gold lace that's attached to them. There looks to be. Somebody write this down in the just
I
don't
got
put
it.
it in the, yeah, just write it down somewhere for now.
In the thread.
Yeah.
In the. Yeah.
I got it.
All right.
There looks to be a scroll here of jump, fairy fire, heroism, and I guess what would be, I think they changed it, compel duel.
Oh,
Then-
Cool.
There is our D8. Let's D8 5. Jeez. Okay. There looks to be a scroll of summon beast, find traps, levitate, misty step, and flock of familiars. Then the D6. 6. Okay. There is a scroll of plant growth. There's a scroll written that looks to be in blood for, you get a sense it's a summon lesser demons. There's a scroll for tiny hut. And there is 2 scrolls for stinking cloud. And 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's 1 scroll for fiend death. Fiend death. All right. Now next, somebody roll me a d4.
Oh. Yeah, bro. Do it. Do the thing.
1. Awesome. Okay.
Let it be the best.
Yes.
Come on. Scroll of Wish. Here we go.
Yes.
40,000 gold. Got it.
And your soul.
Let's just go take a loan from the bank.
True. You can do that.
Who do you think is gonna put credit on your soul, man?
Loey, and then I wish all our debts were erased.
Oh my god. Solve the campaign right there. You can save the cheerleader, save the world or something. I don't know.
Okay. Wait. What was that? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Somebody roll me percentile. Just a D100.
I'll do it. $60. Okay. How's that? Oh, is that in? Okay.
Oh shit. Oh shoot. Torren, if you bought that scroll of summon lesser demons, you could theoretically bind one to become your familiar. If you're crazy enough. Oh, that'd be cool. Okay. Sorry. Just saying, you know. Infamils are really cool, right, Carl?
That tiny hut is actually a good idea. I'm just saying.
Probably.
We
It
probably
is.
should try to walk away with that one.
Well, it's not like there's like delirium hail that turns us into monsters and kills us. You know, wait a minute.
I'm just talking more to the fact that if we want to do a short rest, that's a cool way to not have a group of people ambush us and try to kill us, at least until we get it done.
And turn into pin cushions. That's probably a good shout.
Or do it over a hole when we have to go into the sewer so nobody can come from behind us.
You see that he has on a small wooden, like little circular pedestal on a desk, what looks to be a figurine, maybe it's about 3 inches tall, of a silver raven.
Like the silver raven I have, but much cooler.
Yes, and with your roll, that's what has now. And then, lastly, you see that there is a silk white bag next to this figurine that seems like it looks like it has like, it's maybe about the size of your fist, but there's like maybe stuff inside of this. If you open it and look at it, Aldor will go ahead and explain to you that this is a new entry to the catalog, and it is a bag of beans. So,
Dried lentils.
I was like, is it a bag of beans or is it a bag of tricks?
it is a bag of beans. He tells you, as is, shit is expensive as hell here. He says he's letting this go for 4,000 gold pieces.
That's pretty damn cool, though.
The Raven figurine, he's letting that go for, let's see here. Yikes. 1,400. And the spell scrolls.
I think he has that in your thread.
Yeah, I think I already have that. Yeah, the cost for the stuff. He also has healing potions. Somebody can note. He has 4 regular healing potions. I'm sorry. He has 4 greater healing potions. And yeah, and he has 3 regular healing potions in his inventory.
And that's 100 each. Okay.
The scrolls, I already have listed the price. 75 for first, second, and third level is going to be 75, 150, 450 for the cost of these scrolls. And if there's like spell components, it's twice the cost of that. Yes.
I don't think there are.
I don't
in
think
any
so.
of these spells, I mean.
No.
But
But that's what he has in his inventory as you guys look around at this moment.
What level spell is the tiny hut?
Should be
You gotta look it up. I don't
third.
remember. Third? Okay.
Third level.
Yeah.
Third.
You see Aldor goes, for a gold piece, I'll give you a tip.
Alice will throw him a gold piece.
From what I understand, the tiny hut doesn't protect one as much from the haze.
Does that mean like the lightning or the water or the hail, or because by haze that could mean a lot of things, like the fog? Is that what you mean?
What I mean is the aura over Drakkenheim that prevents one. Let me see here. Yeah. Let's see here. Just want to double check. Yeah, Aldor would say that you won't get any rest while using that in Drakkenheim. But it may be useful for other reasons.
Like delirium hail. Did you see that storm yet last night?
Yes, physical manifestations maybe could protect you against, definitely. But the haze itself, he just shakes his head.
You know, you muscle through. You enjoy having a few pieces of carapace and milky eyes for a little bit, and then you get clean when you get home.
Until you don't make it home one day.
Well, everybody doesn't make it home one day, Aldor.
That is true. For you mortals, that is very true.
Reason I have that.
Do you know who would buy one of the contaminated lilies from the Queen's Garden?
Unfortunately, I don't.
Okay.
Would you
Also,
guys like
typically
to see if there's any other wares you would like to maybe invest in?
Layaway stuff. My gold's all tied up in my arms, and Lloyd gestures to his guns on his back. Sorry.
Let me
Expensive,
look
you know.
for it. Give me a minute.
Alice
thought
picked
you all
up
also-
one of the greater healing potions. I marked it down.
So any common or uncommon magical item, he could get, but it will require a 10-day, obviously, and half of the gold down. So
I'm gonna peruse real quick, see if I can find
Sure.
anything.
And we can keep it moving here too. Like if you find something that's common
Yeah.
or uncommon, put it in the channel, and I will give you a price for it. Roll it up, and then we could decide that in the channel. But
You okay if I go buy purge components as well while we're here real quick before we head off
yes,
to the Red Lion?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
I've already put it in there. I just want to make sure.
No problem.
You all want to inquire?
Yes. What would you like to inquire?
If you want to know if the courier has returned from Aladria.
Let's see.
Send a letter, Bati.
Yes, that I expected a package returned.
Oh, fancy. That's pretty neat. I forgot that he's basically the local postman.
So, in your channel here, point out which correspondence you're talking about.
It has been a long time since I
Because
played.
there's been a
Mission.
few. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been a couple. One of them we did,
Find my.
because there was a paper that spoke to you with a magic mouth.
Yeah, that was.
Also, Aldor, I saw how nonchalant you were about the figurine. I was curious. Maybe you prefer something like this. And Loey starts to take out and proffer one of the 10 clown outfits we found in the marketplace, made of silk. Just in case. I
Was a
doubt he buys
message
it,
8
but-
months ago,
I
almost
know.
9 months ago.
Let's see. Trump to
Oh
president.
wow, that's really old.
Yes. Oh, where am I looking at? Here, I gotta go to your channel. So, which channel was this in?
That was from my personal channel in
Yeah. Could you, at me on that message, like, give me a reply, so I can just bring it up here. Either that, or I'll find it by looking for all my notes. New mentions. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Okay. Nice. Okay. So the first part of this we did, but the second part. So Aldor will scoot around in his chair, and then from under one of his mini desks, you see that he'll go ahead and point, and the box just kind of slides out. Oh, I'm missing something. A message here. I got it. Okay. You see a small, well-made crate. It looks like the crate has simple nails in it. The wood itself looks to be kind of a whitish, almost like an ash color. Definitely indicative of maybe some of the plants from an island far away. But yeah, it's a small crate. We'll say it's about 2 feet by 3 feet. There you go.
Okay. Much appreciated. And she'll collect her crate.
I hope your tea party is very interesting, Kolabati.
I expect that it will be.
But okay. Anything else that we're doing here? I got one more thing I want to fit in before we're done. Mm-hmm.
He has one. Torren has one question. It's not really items, but he'd ask Aldor.
Yeah.
You deal with esoteric things and even information, right?
I transmit information, and I do like esoteric things. What's on your mind, Torren?
Has there ever been a cure for vampirism?
You see, he grins really wide. I'm not 100% sure, but I do have a nice collection of books on this shelf here, and this one. You see, he, like, gestures a finger like he's, like, asking you to come here, but he points it at the bookshelf. And one of these books comes off of the shelf and floats over, and then gently lands into your palm. It says... Hold on. Okay, we'll just do that. Hold on, give me 1 second. What do you call a now somebody who knows this? What do you call a journal that's been reviewed by another peer and like republished? There's like a word for this I'm not thinking about right now. I'm forgetting what this word is.
Like
well,
peer
okay.
edited or something?
Yeah, we'll just go with this. We'll just go with this. So this book looks to be well worn. It's gray. It looks to be quite thick, and but besides that, it looks like maybe this was like somebody's journal at some point. But it's quite voluminous. But on the cover, in really plain, probably magically rendered text that looks very stately, it says Otis Bauer's Guide to Vampirism, Volume 2. And...
So it is. I knew you were going to do it.
Yeah, you know I was going to do it. You know I had to. Aldor goes, this came across my collection in a far-off place. That may have the answers you're looking for. I will let it go. 50 gold pieces.
Do you also have any... I also am looking for I've heard of a unique kind of werewolf that might require a special kind of silver. Do you have any books about that?
Alice will cock her eyebrows up at that and look back at Loie and then look back at Torren.
You see, he bites on his pipe. Unfortunately, I don't think that curse has been documented for public consumption. I do not, unfortunately, Torren. But I imagined those with age and wisdom may.
All right. And then he will take out the 50 gold. He'll actually he will take out he will take out 50 gold and for the journal, and he will thank you very much for both this and for delivering my previous order.
Of course. A good businessman always completes his transactions.
And your sense of business is as immense and magnanimous as your size.
You have any? You have books. I didn't know you had books. Do you have any little black books? From
Empty black books? Yes.
not empty, no, filled ones from different orders.
I do not carry illegal material. At least ones
is it
that would get me into interesting or risky situations.
Oh, how are they illegal? There's no law here.
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna get you in trouble? The local guard?
I sell services not just here, my friends, in many different places.
Right, so this is a great place to unload those items, but do you know anybody who might be willing to take the risk for those?
To acquire black books of Ilaria? Is that what I think you're asking me?
Yeah.
Well, yes, of course. Your friendly neighborhood queensmen. From what I understand, they have many eyes and hands and ears in places across the realm.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And he smiles at you wide with that.
Yeah. She knows she was giving away a little bit of something, but she also was just confirming what she's been thinking about. Why the fuck they were in their basement.
Addie, if you look over at Loey, he makes some messages with his hands to you. All right, that's
That's it for me.
So, if you have nothing else you're doing here at the moment, and you get all your items, we can back channel purchases and all that stuff. You step outside of Aldor's Immense's massive wagon, and you're greeted with a face. Tobias Crow.
I didn't want this to happen. No, Brent. No.
He stands there, goggles up, face covered in soot, as you see in our image here. I knew when I heard a bunch of shit going on over at the church that probably was y'all's doing, and I spotted you out there. You've been trying to avoid me because you haven't been doing your job. And he points at you, Alice.
No.
So much for family, huh?
You know, I've had a really bad reputation with family, unfortunately.
Well, yes, you do.
Loey shrugs.
Yeah. I was wondering why I hadn't seen her yet. Where is she?
Well, that's the problem. I know where she's at all the time. And I shouldn't know that. You should know that. I figured that you would be keeping her away from all that shenanigans and shit happening up with that witch up the road. But
is that where she's at?
No. She came back, and late night I was sitting down with the wife who was eating some food. She didn't say a word to me. She went up to her loft, her room, and she hasn't come out since. It's been like 3 or 4 days. Can't get her out the house. Yes.
Is your wife better, by the way? She was sick, wasn't she?
Well, she wasn't. No, she's not sick. She just I have 2 other young babes, twins, that she's taking care of.
Oh. She's exhausted. Got it.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I plan on doing maybe about 6 more. But yes, you will.
You should check with your wife on that. My lord.
If you get her out the house and back onto these dangerous streets, I'm cutting your 20% discount. Nothing more from me.
All right. Is there a lock on the window to where she's at?
You see, I'll get my middle son to go ahead and take you over there. No, but she probably has it locked now. But seeing you...
Is it locked from the inside?
Yeah.
Alright. I was just seeing if I had to break it or open the lock.
Look, don't you damage my house.
Torren's gonna tap on Addie's shoulder and then point to himself.
Yeah, that's really I won't damage your house. It won't be me.
Specifically, when I say tap, like specifically like knocking on her shoulder.
Oh yeah, that's why she said it won't be her.
Well,
All right.
all right then. Y'all come to me. Come, we're gonna go to the smithy. I'm gonna get my metal son here, and he's gonna take you over to our house. And you're gonna go ahead and get Emma back onto these streets.
Knife in her hand and ready for the day. You got it, Tobias.
Good.
Did the Dragonborn ever show up to you?
He scratches his head. I mean, I think I know who you're talking about. He had really nice armor on. Really
Yeah,
nice
he's-
stuff. Stuff that I think I could make if I had, like, some good schematics or
Yeah.
information or things of that nature. I saw, but he didn't come over to me. I don't know where he went.
He didn't make. Oh. Okay. All right. Let's talk to Emma, and then I might be able to help you out with those schematics.
Oh, really?
Oh well, it depends on what Emma has to say about you. So I hope you've been doing your job as a father.
Excuse me? I'm the best father in this freaking town.
All right, Pretties, you both can talk about how much you love her as we go to your house. Come on.
Yeah, I also would be like doing this while they're walking. I
Yeah.
imagine.
He'll take you back to the smithy. You know, he has another son that works there. He's like in his late teens. He would berate him to take you over to Emma's or the House of the Crows. And that's where we will start next time on Dungeons of Drakkenheim. Next week,
All right.
back to a regular schedule.
But I want to know what happened to old Zoya. Because
We're going to figure it out.
I'm pretty sure we're about to find out real
Dice.
soon.
I think I know what happened to old Zoya. And why she told
I
Ron
know.
goodbye. Oh no. And why
So
the
I
little
think
girl's locked
we're
in
gonna.
her
I think
room.
we're about to be told real soon by Emma. We
But I
are.
have to wait a week, and
Yeah,
that's not fair.
it's not. But here,
But thank you guys so much. That was some excellent roleplay from everybody. I loved you allowing Kolabati allowing Verona here to try to dredge
Change
out
her tail.
commitments from you, and listen to her
Weave her
version
web.
of things. Yes. And I love role playing with you there, Torren. I feel like I'm your brother. I feel like I'm talking. You know. I loved it. I loved all the stuff with Hannah and Alice. You being there, always the badass.
It was a good RP
Spectre.
sesh. It was a good RP sesh.
RP sesh, and I can't wait to see what Ron does. We didn't get to a part that I expected us to get to, though, so it may be weird with Koo coming into this session because I kind of told her what was going on, so I knew what she would do, but she'll play it fine.
Well, I mean, if it hasn't happened, she can change her mind then, right? If she wants to.
True, yeah, but she just knows a plot element that's, I think it's going to be pretty big, but we'll see.
Okay, all right.
She'll keep it to
So to
herself.
make our delivery to River.
There's a second meteor, guys. It's falling right now.
Two, yes. It did, yeah. We have.
I don't think you can joke about that, man. I don't know if you can.
Oh,
It's
right.
okay. I'll just manifest it, right? Isn't that how that works? Get it.
When we're done streaming, we're finally dates for meeting up in person.
Yes, we will do that. Yes. So, goodbye, stream. See you next time. We out of here.
Till
We
next
got some
time.
talks to do.